Good morning. Hey, y'all. What's good? All right, let me get my life together. Y'all might hear my TV in the background. I apologize. It is so cold this morning. Well, it's afternoon for me. It's morning for y'all, but it's cold. Lord, it's so cold. Charlie is freezing over here in Germany. What is happening? Hot wings lover. Hi, baby. I just paid a high standard electric bill. I need this live right now. Do you hear me? Do you hear me, girl? I'm gonna make it make sense. You know I'm gonna make it make sense, honey. If I don't do nothing else, honey. All right, hold on, y'all. Let me get my other device loaded so I can make sure I can see everybody in the chat or whatever. Okay. All right. Daily sits with Jazzy J. Hey, baby. Welcome in. Hey, Angie Williams. Joanne, good morning, honey. Hey, Lachelle's. Hot Wings said I had to edit. Girl, I understood. I knew what was going on. Hey, Nita, good morning. Hey, Rolanda, good morning. How's everybody doing? I'm pretty chipper. It's not morning for me though, y'all. Child, it's 2:30 over here. It is already 2:30. I'm just freezing cold and I'm anemic. So yeah. Y'all know us anemic people if you could relate. Like we always cold for no reason. I want to make sure y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me okay? I want to make sure y'all can hear me okay. Angie says getting ready for work. Honey, get that bag, baby. Get that bag. Um, I just want to make sure. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Lachelle. I can hear you. Okay, perfect. Yes, y'all help y'all content creators out when they be asking y'all that. Cause no shade, like sometimes, like just speaking as a content creator, we be thinking we got it all together, honey, and then we hit live and y'all can't hear us, and we be thinking we talking to y'all, and the sound be weird or the signal going in and out and all that. So yeah, help your creator out when they be asking you stuff like that. Hang on, y'all. Let me put my charger in here so my laptop doesn't die. Yes, y'all hit the like for me. Thank you so much, Hot Wings Lover. So I just want to chat with y'all real quick because y'all know I don't really Katrina says, Ashley, it's 2:30 where you live. Yes, ma'am. I'm in Germany. In Europe, baby. So it's already 2:30 p.m. here. Um, so anyway, y'all know I don't like to come live unless I have something of quality or of substance to say, in my opinion, right? Like, because I don't like to waste y'all time. Because no shade, I hate when I watch a live or I catch a live or a replay and it's just some bullshit, right? We all kind of on a fixed time schedule. We don't have a lot of time. We blink and the whole day is gone. So also, y'all know I don't like to make my lives very long, so I'm gonna try to keep it to the point. But I will be trying to engage because I want y'all to know that I see y'all in the comments. I don't want nobody to feel like I'm skipping over you or anything like that. But I did want to talk about this topic because I feel like it's something that content creators and also supporters can relate to and understand from both sides of the fence, right? Thank you so much, Hot Wings Lover. I love you, girl. Hey, good morning, Shalene. Welcome in, baby. Happy Friday. Yes, y'all hit that like button for me. Thank you, Angie. So I wanted to talk real quick, y'all, on the topic of content creators here currently are choosing the completely wrong time to discard and disrespect supporters, right? And I'm seeing this on all different platforms, even amongst celebrities. Like I've been watching the whole I ain't gonna say I've been watching. I touch and go, right, with a lot of these celebrity stories because no shade. I think a lot of the stuff they do, just like content creators here on the YouTube space, I feel like a lot of that back and forth drama bullshit that they be coming up with, arguing with each other and shit, I think is very similar to what you witness here, um, on YouTube when it comes to celebrities, right? So like I've been watching a little bit of the Clarissa and Layla bullshit, and then as well as the Krishan Rock situation. now that Blueface is out of prison. And so now the baby mamas want to argue, and he trying to. It's just a mess. It's a shit show, and I'm not even lying. It's shocking and appalling that if, like me personally, if I had did 2 years in prison. Hey, Robin, welcome in, baby. Happy Friday. Thank you for all of you that are at work and listening. Um, but anyway, it's shocking and appalling, right? If I had been in a pen or whatever you want to call it, prison, for 2 years, and I get out, I would be so grateful for life. There's no fucking way I'm gonna spend a day just writing shit on Twitter all day, arguing, trying to prove which baby mama was better than the other, and trying to basically cause a lot of heat and tension between the baby mamas. So personally, I think that's being done strategically because this is how social media is set up, right? And so I bring that up to say that a lot of the stuff y'all witnessing on social media, and again, this is not just specific to YouTube. I know a lot of y'all can relate a lot of this information to YouTube because this is where we all flock, right? Like this is how we know of each other. But my thing is what you're witnessing with social media across all platforms is that people are relying heavily on social media either solely as an income source right now, or partially like as a what was the word I'm looking for, income, like what is the word, Lord, I can't talk today. um Y'all get what I'm saying? Like basically like when you create income that always comes in, right? So as a content creator, if you constantly put out content or whatever and you keep an audience, whatever audience that is, revolving, like you have revolving income. So that's why you're seeing so much chaos and confusion when it comes to social media, because it's becoming a thing of like survival of the fittest, right? So like people are fighting over content, people are fighting over supporters, and the underlying issue here is that everybody got some shit going on because of what is going on economically across the board, right? Hey Shanta, welcome in, baby. Happy Friday. So when it comes to content creators, right? Typically content creators rely on audience support, whether that's through donations, right? Some of y'all, shout out to Hot Wings Lover. She sent me a super sticker. Some people send super chats, some people send cash apps, some people send coffees or whatever. Or some content creators offer merch, right? For instance, I do bling tumblers and that type of thing. That's a form of merch. You will go to some people's channels, you will see that they have like shirts, hoodies, hats, whatever. That is a form of merchandise. So that is a way to also support a content creator. Or subscriptions. People have memberships to their channels, things like that. Or straight up just views, liking a video, watching a video, sharing a video, right? Those are all things that content creators rely on their audience for as it pertains to support. So when creators dismiss or disrespect supporters during a very hard or tough economic time, it comes off as ungrateful, right? For instance, think about like a relationship, right? Imagine, like, take me for instance, right? You know what? Fuck it. Don't take me because I don't want people to think I'm trying to gloat or nothing like that, because that's not what this is about. Think about a relationship, whatever your longest relationship was. Good morning, Sabrina. Happy Friday, baby. Think about the longest relationship you've been in, right? And if you are honest, times are not always good, right? And this is why they say like relationships are built in they get bigger, like they get stronger if you can be friends first, right? Because the thing about that is you're not going to always be in love with your partner or your husband or your mate or whatever title you give them in your life, right? Your significant other. Some days you can't stand them, right? And then there's going to be some days where you feel like y'all best friends, or like you can't see the world without them, you can't breathe without them, whatever. And then it's going to be sometimes where it's like, please don't even come in the room I'm in, right? um but the point I'm making here is that it's not always going to be good. And so in those times, right, if you care anything about your relationship as a whole, the person, the mate, the partner, right, just because your relationship may not be at a good place right now, right, it doesn't mean you bail. So that's the point I'm making when it comes to this content creator thing, dismissing and disrespecting supporters during tough times, right? And the crazy part is people equate supporters with money or basically always watching and or being a part of whatever they create. And the reality of the situation is that people cannot physically or sometimes mentally or spiritually be a part of whatever it is that you are trying to create, right? And that is why you're supposed to always create, because it may not hit this group of people today. It may hit a whole new group, right? Um, and whatever group it hits, you have to be grateful for that, because it's just like some people are dealing with, I think I heard Miss Lasandra say on Dawn's panel, she just lost a family member. You know what I'm saying? Imagine going through that and possibly being impacted by the government shutdown. You know what I'm saying? Now, and this is just, again, a hypothetical situation. That is something that she's going through. She shared that on Dawn's panel. But imagine her, like, when it comes to, since this is what I'm talking about, right? I hope Miss Lasandra doesn't mind me saying this, because I don't want her to feel like I'm, using her situation, in a negative way. When it comes to, for instance, a death in the family, right? You got to come up with money, funds, you got to contact people, you got to work through the grieving process, you got to do all these things, right? So imagine Miss Lasandra comes on here and she watches a creator that she loves and supports, and she feels disrespected, overlooked, or whatever, and this is somebody that she supported or what have you. That can have a lasting impact. Why? Because right now she's probably at a point in her life that she may feel like it's her lowest, or just not a good space, whether that's sad, whether that's overwhelmed, whether that's stressed out, whether that's just depressed. It's a lot that comes with the situation just by losing a loved one, right? So as a creator, a influencer, or whatever, right? Say I was Miss Lasandra's favorite content creator, right? But because I feel like she didn't uh comment in my live, or send me a super chat, or send me a super sticker, irregardless to what she got going on, that's going to come off as ungrateful as hell, right? Because what about all the other times that she was there, right? What about all the other times when she wasn't dealing with a situation this difficult, and she was supportive, and she was, what I'm saying? And the thing about this is, right, some people support in silence. I have, like, as a content creator, I have come across so many comments where people were like, "Hey, I've been watching you a long time. I never comment, but I always watch you in the bushes," right? And so imagine if I say, basically, if I dismiss that, or I ignore that comment, or I don't acknowledge that comment, it comes off as ungrateful, right? Because whether they silently support me, or support me out loud. Hey, Upper, good morning. Welcome in, baby. Oh, hey, Nisha, I missed you as well. Happy Friday, baby. So imagine, right? Like, the point I'm making here is, supporters, just like life cycles, relationships, and all of that, they go through, life happens for them, right? And so as a content creator, an influencer, or whatever, like, you have to be sensitive to the fact that sometimes they can support in different ways. Some, right now, a lot of people probably can't do nothing for you but watch your ads and hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? They trying to work through what they working through. If I sat here, y'all would not even believe, like, with the energy and the laughing and the engagement y'all see me doing on this app, you wouldn't even believe some of the shit that I have gone through in the last week or two. I just got a text like 2 days ago that my brother is not doing well. He's my baby brother, y'all. And I've shared with y'all that he has a lot of health challenges that he's brought on himself, right? So as a family, we have to mentally prepare for what could be a bad situation, whether that's in the near future or down the road, right? But as a content creator, that's not y'all problem, right? So I can't come on here and start throwing off on y'all, or being disrespectful to y'all because I'm going through something in real life. So because maybe I don't feel supported in my personal life because I'm going through some personal shit, I couldn't come on here. It would be inconsiderate of me to come on here and be like, y'all ain't showing me no loyalty. Y'all coming up in my chat. Y'all not giving me blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying that as an example, because this is the energy that we see across multiple platforms right now. Like people are getting support and they dismissing it because it's not the type of support they want. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, a lot of us, most of us, if not all of us, are going through our own struggles. Let me catch up in the chat. Sabrina says exactly. Sometimes I watch people on my TV so I can't comment. I just listen and clean and do it. Exactly, Sabrina. I said that in a previous live. It's nothing for me to catch a replay and I'm doing laundry or I'm cooking dinner or you know what I'm saying? Because when y'all waking up, my day pretty much ending. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, I just told you it's 2:40 right now. Thank you, Free. I appreciate you. Good morning, sis in the car, period. Happy Friday. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thing. It's like you don't know what people are going through or why they are supporting you in the way that they're supporting you. Just be grateful for it and don't try to make people feel bad for the way that they can offer support in this moment because it could be a lot behind that. And people choose to take it personal and be offended instead of just thinking, like, you know what, it could be bigger than me. You know what I'm saying? Um, so anyways, people are more sensitive right now in the world, period, because they're facing real challenges. So creators showing gratitude, understanding, awareness can make a difference in maintaining loyalty and trust, right? Think about it. Some of y'all go to church or some of y'all go to mass or whatever, like whatever your religion is, right? You pray, maybe you talk to the universe, you worship trees, whatever the hell your thing is, okay? So when times like this happen, right, most people turn to whatever their spiritual source is, their higher power, whatever their beliefs are, right? So imagine you went to church or you going to church Sunday and you walk in and they pass the offering plate around, and because you ain't putting nothing in there, the pastor start blowing you out or shunning you or making you feel like you ain't shit. Although you've been coming to church every Sunday, you've been given any, when you had it, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, but you ain't got it right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, or maybe you forgot it, you left it at home, or you only got, like, you put your last $10 in the tank to get to church, or you put your last $20 in for the week and you just ain't got it yet. You waiting on your next check if the next check hit because of the government shutdown, right? I'm just trying to get you to picture this, right? How would that make you feel? Because does it make you unloyal or does it make you a person that never supported them from the start because you ain't got $5 right now? Like, how would that make you feel? You know what I'm saying? Nisha says Maya Angelou once said, "People won't remember what you said or did, but they will always remember how you made them feel." Period. That's true. That is so true. I mean, come on, you can go to a place and spend a lot of money. I just went to Disney, right? I took my babies to Disney last weekend, right? You can have an amazing experience, spend a lot of money, and remember one person. I don't know if I shared with y'all when I had my baby girl. She's the one that just had a birthday. She's 7. There, when I had her via C-section. And the first day, I don't know if some of you, I'm sure most of some of you have had C-sections. You're fine after the surgery because you can't feel shit. You still numb, right? My baby was in the NICU because she had a little bit of jaundice, which that happens with a lot of babies, right? I also had some struggles towards the end of the pregnancy. Honestly, all 3 of my pregnancies were struggles. I'm just gonna leave it there because when you say certain shit, people try to twist shit and try to, give you diagnosis and shit that you didn't have. So basically I had some challenges with pregnancy like some women do, right? So anyway, or what they would have considered a high risk pregnancy for some other factors. So between the jaundice and then I was a high risk pregnant woman, when I had her, they put her in the NICU, to get the jaundice figured out and to regulate her temperature, all that stuff, right? um Sorry, I'm thinking about all the other details. Like, actually, I was supposed to have her in November. Anyway, y'all don't need all that. Her birthday is on Halloween. Hey, Krisha, welcome in. um, so anyway, right? Um, so with that being said, after I came to, right, all the anesthesia's wearing off. I'm still numb, but I can walk. I can, and they always tell you with any surgery, you want to try to walk, all that jazz, right? So her NICU was straight down my hallway. So I'm wobbling my ass down the hallway because I want to see my baby. I just had my baby, but she couldn't be in my room, right? Hot Wings said I had 4 C-sections, and man, I'm like, yes, girl, I had 3. So, girl, ain't no more babies coming out of here. Period. But anyway, hey, Miss Latay, if I didn't speak to you, baby, welcome in. Happy Friday. So anyway, long story short, right? The first day went fine, but the nurse I had towards the end, because they do 12. So, they switch out, I think, at like 7. By the time it was 7 p.m., my pain would, well, honestly, before 7 p.m., right? Because I'm trying to remember, was it the first day or the next day? It was either, I think it was through the first day. So I had my baby, like, I think it was like 12 or 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So I was good pretty much the rest of that day, right? I slept it off. I was walking back and forth to see her throughout the day. By the time it was about 2 or 3 in the morning, right? The following day after having her, I had her like lunchtime, say, just I'm just gonna throw a day out there, like Thursday. By 2 a.m. Friday, I was in pain. Like I could start feeling the numbness and stuff wearing off. So I, hit my thing like, hey, I need something for the pain. And the lady was like, okay. She ignored me, y'all. And of course, her shift don't end till 7 in the morning. So from 2 in the morning until 7, I was in excruciating pain because, of course, as time goes on, it wears off, right? So by the time I get my new nurse, I'm in tears. I'm just crying. Now, mind you, you just had a baby, you emotional, all this stuff going on. Now you in pain, And then I had told my husband, like, I don't want you to bring the other two up here. Like, I'm I got a lot going on, like the whole we was trying to do it a certain way. So I'm missing my baby. I ain't got my other kids. My husband with my other. It's just a lot. So I'm just in tears. And she walks in, to do her checks or whatever. And she's like, "What's wrong? Oh my God, whatever." Da, 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 da. Long story short, y'all, I'm boohooing. I'm like, I'm just in so much pain. I keep asking her to give me something for pain. She won't give it to me. I was like, I'm hurting and I want to go see my baby, but I can't walk because I'm hurting. Blah blah blah. So long story short, she goes and gets all that taken care of me. She gives me a heated blanket and all this other stuff. Then they snuck my baby down to me, y'all. They rolled her whole NICU bed down here. Because of course, after she got me, straight, gave me the pain meds, I dozed off to sleep. I woke up to them pushing my baby in, and she told me, "Don't say anything. I'm not supposed to allow her to come in here because she's in the NICU. I'm gonna let you spend time with her for an hour," because I couldn't walk. I was in pain. She let me have my baby for an hour, took her out the bin, gave her laid her on my chest. And as soon as I got her, she opened her eyes, whereas she kept her eyes closed in the NICU, right? So I'm sharing this experience with you to tell you to what Nisha said. Maya Angelou says, people won't remember what you said or did, but they will always remember how they made you feel. I ain't gonna say I forgot about the other lady, but this experience outweighed the horrible experience, and it made the rest of my experience so much better because this one piece of shit person, right? You getting paid big money to be a registered nurse, you making a bag, right? To get paid to do this. Mind you, it ain't gonna hurt you to give me my medicine that my doctor already put in. But you want to be an asshole and not give it to me. Now I'm in pain. I can't walk. I got all this. It took one lady to come in there and be like, "Oh my God, like, just give me a second, calm down. I'm gonna get," and she got me right. And I mean, within minutes, she had everything I needed. She was like, because I was cold and all, she's like, "I'm gonna give you a heated blanket, blah, blah, blah." So that long, I know that was kind of long, but the thing I'm saying is, yes, people remember how you made them feel. So again, going back to the supporter thing, you could have all these great experiences, and because you going through some shit, treat a supporter like shit, and now they will never ever forget that. And is it worth it? Because you could literally lose a supporter that you've had for years, months, whatever, all because you're going through a moment right now where you're being selfish and or ungrateful. Let me see. Let me catch up. Good morning. Okay, I spoke to Late. Sabrina says, I remember the C-section with my daughter. She wasn't allowed in my room either. The nurse was mean to me. See what I'm saying, Sabrina? Like, people be nasty for no reason. And my dumb self was walking the thing. She was in to move my legs, and they called security because I was near the door. You ain't lying. They be having that mug like a prison. You got to buzz in and all this other stuff. I'm like, damn, y'all should remember me. I just came here 2 hours ago. The C-section was no joke. You better not laugh. I'm telling you, or sneeze. Sabrina says, "That's so dope. You were in good hands." Yes. And I even asked her, I was like, how can I, like, is there a way I can leave a review or something that will help you, with your job? And so she gave me the information because, like, there's in the States, like, there's a thing where they have like a nurse program web. I forgot, like, but it's a way to shout out a nurse and you can say, their name and all. And I was like, absolutely, I need that information because when I get home and I'm strong enough, I'm absolutely gonna tell them how a freaking amazing you were, to me. Like, come on, a pregnant woman, someone who just had a baby, is probably one of the most vulnerable moments that women will go through. And for you to have someone in there that has no compassion, or just being an asshole for no reason. I wasn't asking for nothing that was not already prescribed to me. And I was like, shit, I'm doing damn good. Like I ain't take nothing that whole time because I was still numb. So they always tell you when you start hurting, tell the nurse before it gets bad. And I kept calling her, kept calling, and she was just ignoring me. Shit was crazy. Miss Foxy, good morning, baby. Happy Friday. I'm tearing up. Not all nurses are made the same. Right, Sabrina. Calm Collective and Free. Yay, welcome y'all. Thank you so much for I think Free's rejoining. So thank you for renewing your membership, and Calm Collective, welcome, honey. Free says compassion and empathy goes a long way. It does. And it doesn't cost anything. It's just insane to me, like how people will be so disgusting for no reason, especially when you're getting paid. Like, come on now. Hey, Miss Judy. Good morning. Happy Friday. Listening while working, honey. Get that bag. Hey, Miss Ronita. Welcome in, baby. Happy Friday. Sabrina says, I love everything about being pregnant until they use that catheter. Now I gotta act up. Girl, I hated being pregnant all 3 times. I ain't gonna hold you. I hated it. I thought people was lying. I was like, they exaggerating. Like, I can't believe they telling people that this is a beautiful experience. Shit, ain't nothing beautiful other than the fact that you are bringing life into this world. Outside of that, bitch, I was miserable. Do you hear me? Shit, I couldn't move, bend over. I like, oh, child. I got PTSD. I'm having flashbacks. No. Latte says some of them nurses think our color are junky. Yep, and I think that was the situation. Mama Four, welcome in, baby. Happy Friday. Sabrina says it's because of the stigma that Black women are not sensitive to pain and can handle it. The white nurses doing my epidural was being messy, saying that while the needle in my back, oh hell, no, for real, Sabrina. Like it's just amazing to me, like how people like don't take your health serious. But yes, I've heard that Black people, well, Black women are not taken seriously or whatever. And you know what's crazy? I am not a wimp, right? Like I can take some pain. I ain't gonna hold you. My pain tolerance is pretty high. So it was bad. It was pretty bad. Miss Judy says, "Gotta get this back because these grandbabies is expensive." They are so cute, Miss Judy. I see them all the time on your wall. Y'all hit the like for me. Mama Forrest says, I don't like the new nurses. With my last one, the nurse kept telling me that I wasn't in active labor. And I'm like, lady, I'm already hurting. Yes, seriously. Child, I got stories for days with that shit. Trying to, with each one of my pregnancies, no shade. Sabrina said she was a training student saying that to her. I couldn't move or say anything, but I was hurt and offended. She would say while I was compromised position. Right. Lou in the building. Good morning, baby. Happy Friday. Pray for your safe travels on my way to Michigan. Okay, have fun. I agree. I didn't even finish the perks that were prescribed because I didn't feel like the feeling. Right, hot wings. It's like you just need it for the first initial thing. Um, Little man ain't but 2 months already trying to eat. Oh my god, he's so cute. Little babies are so cute. She checked me 3 times back to back and told me I was 4 centimeters. My doctor checked me after and I was, oh wow, 7. Um, so anyway, so I say all of that to say, y'all, like people will always remember those, who show compassion during hard times and not the ones who turn cold or ruthless when things got tough. And also people don't forget who checked on them when things were falling apart. And I think all of us can relate to that, right? Because we've all had tough times. And sometimes, people who you would expect to be there may or may not in, or at least in the way that you expect, right? But people do not forget, who offer a kind word or a little help or even just some understanding. Again, because it doesn't always have to be tied to a physical act, right? Sometimes people just want to hear. Shout out to Blueberry. I remember, I think it was like last week sometime, she had posted on her Facebook, she does her morning talks or whatever, and she was saying like sometimes people are talking to you not because they want advice or they want feedback. Sometimes they just want to be heard or to vent, or they're just looking for understanding, so it made me think about that or whatever. Good morning, Rozzy. Happy Friday, baby. um Okay, y'all talk to each other. Anyway, so right now, right, with the government shutdown affecting jobs, benefits, basic stability, right, there are millions of people feeling the pressure. And so when families are worried about like basic necessities, food, rent, or their hell, their next paycheck, right? It's not the time for arrogance or entitlement as a content creator when it comes to your supporters. It's a time for empathy and community and connection, all those beautiful words, right? When you're a creator or hell, a business owner, or just a regular person online, period, right? The way you treat people during their hardest moments is what defines your character, right? And I think this goes back to basic principles in life, right? Treat people how you want to be treated. You could be being shitty to somebody who's on their last straw in life, right? And I always try to think about that because just because people make it look good or they wear it well does not mean it ain't heavy. Like that's a very real thing. Good morning, Queen Fee. Happy Friday, baby. Good morning. Just stop by, show love. I'll catch replay. Have an amazing day. Chat some family. Absolutely, girl. Get your bag. um, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so that's my thing. It's like you just treat people with respect and basic dignity, right? And it's crazy because I feel like as an adult, right? When you get to a point where I wouldn't even say healing, I just feel like it should come with a level of maturity. Whatever you got going on personally, unless the person standing in front of you or interacting with you at this moment is the cause of it, it's really no reason for you to be dismissive, disrespectful, nasty, or any of those things, right? Because what did they have to do with it? What did they have to do with it? Feet says, I'm at the big one, not the little one. Period, honey. Get that bag, baby. Let me see. Free says, start calling them Dr. J. Sales father of modern gynecologists experiencing experiment on black women. We are so unprotected even within absolutely free in every sense of the word. Like man, that's a whole nother topic by itself. Yes, I'm at the big one. Okay, I read that one. Miss Foxy says, girl, you saying a word this Good Friday. Do you hear me, girl? Foxy, I love you, girl. You're such a vibe. Hey, Nina. Happy Friday, honey. Y'all make sure y'all hitting that like button for me. So yeah, like I said, just treat people correct because you don't know what they could be dealing with, right? And you could be that breath of fresh air that they need just by being nice. You ain't gotta go out your way, just be respectful, basic courtesy. I mean, like, I ain't gonna lie, one of the hardest things about me living here in Europe is these motherfuckers don't say excuse me or nothing. Like they will push your ass out the way, they'll walk all over you, they'll step on your toes, all that shit. And in the States, bitch, do you want to fight? Like for real, like I know you saw me standing here. You know what I'm saying? But it's the culture here, right? Like, so they don't mean no harm. Like, it's just what they do here. So, like, it was something that I've had to adjust to. And even with me being here over a year, like, bitch, I'm still not fucking adjusted. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, I will push your ass back. Period. Okay. Um, like I swear to God, Nisha laugh. I'm serious. I'll be like, bitch, do you want to fight? Like, what the fuck? That it's just it's weird, but it's weird because that's not where I come. I'm from fucking states. Okay, I'm American. Period. So it's like that's rude in America, but over here it's not. You know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy, like how again going back to it, in whatever scenario that you're in, basic courtesy, empathy, like respect and dignity goes very far. And you can really ruin somebody's day because you being an asshole for nothing. You know what I'm saying? And they ain't even got nothing to do with whatever you got going on. It's just crazy. So I just think it just speaks to people's character. And it kind of goes back, like we've heard the saying, like, pay attention to how people treat people they don't need, right? Um, and that I feel like I could say so much with that, to be honest with you. Um, but I guess in the context of like, if there's nothing, like say me or you are in an exchange and you pay my rent, and that typical person is gonna treat that person better and hold them up. Like I've heard certain content creators like, oh, I got so much respect for you, but then you'll notice like it's a supporter that be giving them the most fucking money. You know what I'm saying? So do you really got respect? Because if they eliminate this big ass donation, is the respect still there? So I think that's a perfect example of you got to pay attention to how people treat people who like have nothing to offer them, or like they don't necessarily need or rely on them for something, because that's going to tell you, you know what I'm saying, like where this person stands morally, and like their character. But it's crazy because we'll overlook the shit because we'll attach ourselves to people because, oh, I love this person or I support this person or whatever. And so then we'll start making excuses for it because, well, I've been supporting this person for so long. Or, oh, well, I saw them be nice in this scenario. They being an asshole right now. And I don't want to jeopardize the connection, although it's really fucked up what they doing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to just sit quietly and just ignore it and act like it didn't happen. Right? Yeah, that's where we go wrong. That's where we go wrong. Sabrina says we got to do better. Ashley, no beat ups. We getting older on we. No, for real. No, for real, Sabrina. Like, girl, on Jesus, honey. I think it was like it's been a month now. I had a side swipe here in Germany, and baby, Germans are aggressive, and I ain't had no type of dealings with German cops, so I ain't know what to expect because I've seen them mugs like get hella aggressive with people in the street. So, baby, I was just sitting there woosahing while I'm waiting on the cop because I'm like, okay, do I gotta like what do I need to do here? Like, do I need to square up? Do I need to chill? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I got my kids in the car, like, and it ended up being a great experience, but I just had to mentally prepare, you know what I'm saying, for like what this could be. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, I don't know what this exchange is going to be, so I'm going to do my part, right? And even in the exchange, they were like their words, the way they describe things is not how we describe things, right? So like in a side swipe, they're like, "Oh, you crashed into someone." No, bitch, we sideswiped. I ain't crashed into shit. Okay. There's no like nobody bumper got, you know what I'm saying? Like it was a side swipe, right? So after we went back and forth a couple times, like, and it wasn't like an aggressive back and forth. It was like, no, that's not what that, that's not what happened. This is what happened, blah, blah, blah. I realized it was just a language, I don't want to say a language barrier. It was like a culture thing, like how we have certain slang terms they wouldn't understand over here in Europe if they are not a fluent English speaking person, right? Like if they're not fluent in English, if I say, what up though, they might look at me like a deer in headlights because they don't know I'm just saying hey or what's good. You know what I'm saying? So after I realized, oh, okay, this just it's a disconnect between what they call it and what I call it. So I'm gonna just let this rock, right? So then I was like, okay, so what now? You know what I'm saying? And I move on. But again, because the exchange is what it is, you know what I'm saying? You still got to do your part. And although the situation was frustrating and all of that, right? Like it's not their fault. You know what I'm saying? So we got to learn how to attach our feelings and our responses to where they go, right? We be doing a lot of misplaced anger and putting our problems or our feelings or our anxieties onto people that didn't do it or they're not responsible for it. You know what I'm saying? 3G says, I like this live. Hit the like button. Thank you so much, 3G. I appreciate you, baby. Let me catch up in the chat. Oh, Angie B, thank you so much for being a member. I appreciate you. Y'all hit the like, hit the like, hit the like. Sabrina says, why is this the first of my live later today about Jocelyn? Good, but I'm gonna act up. It's Friday. Period, Sabrina. Act up, girl. I'm gonna come through. If I see you live, I'm definitely gonna come through. And if I miss it, I'll be on the replay. Miss Judy says, try being German and Russian with a splash of, ooh, Lord, honey, baby. Miss Judy, and you an Aquarius? I know you hell on wheels, baby. So funny. So anyway, at the end of the day, right, you just have to look at these factors because it will help you determine people's character, right? And the thing about all of this is money fades, fame fades, right? People get viral for a moment and they get forgotten about, right? We can name so many stories, like when that girl with that damn Gorilla Glue, it was big at the time, and then nobody talks about her. She fades, right? But the impact of kindness does not fade, right? Times are hard, like I said, for a lot of people right now, even for those who thought they had life figured out. And so the truth is, like I said, this government shutdown affects everyone in one way or another, and you can see it playing out online. And if you keep in mind that money fades, fame fades, and all this other stuff, like your importance or your relevance can definitely fade, and most definitely will, because things go in and out with trends, right? And that's why what can't fade is your character and how you treat people. And this is how you have people who have successful platforms or successful followings, because they either, they got lucky, they a celebrity or something of the sort, or they really are someone who is personable and relatable to people, and people flock to them, and they rock with them and support them for those reasons, right? So many content creators on multiple platforms, fucking, I'm no shade. Y'all see me post the other day. We need a fucking padded room on this motherfucker, because they change like the wind. You know what I'm saying? Now, and the thing is, I think the issue is that people understand that, when they have a platform or whatever, they can say what they want and they can do what they want. And I agree with that 100%. But you got to be understanding to what come with that, right? Because while yes, you can say and do whatever you want, you got to be prepared for what the repercussions are, and you got to just take it on the chin, baby. Like, you got to put your big girl or big boy panties on and just take what come with that, right? Instead of trying to finger point or try to accuse or guilt people into feeling, or I ain't gonna say feeling, but into moving or doing how you want them to move or do after you stood on your choice. If you make your choice, then you got to stand on that, right? Like, come on now. So anyway, the truth is, this government shutdown, like I said, it's affecting everyone in one way or another, and you can see it playing out online. There's been a major shift, like when it comes to the content creator space. People are fighting, content creators are clashing, and a lot of it stems from financial pressure. Okay, if y'all don't get nothing else from this live, that's what I want y'all to understand. A lot of it stems from financial pressure. Like, you got people who are quote unquote celebrities that are relying on social media checks now. That's why they on there so heavy with all this drama and back and forth and arguing on Twitter and posting. You know what I'm saying? It's financial pressure across the board. Peace be still. Welcome in, baby, right? So many are relying heavily or even solely on social media as their main source of income, or as a crucial supplement just to stay afloat. And people can't just be real about that and just say that, right? Instead of saying, hey, you know what? I know we all going through something. I could use a little extra support. Hey, Shells, welcome in, baby. Hey, Malish, good morning. Happy Friday. Instead of just being real, right? And just being like, hey, y'all, I know we all going through something. I'm also going through something. If you got an extra whatever to spare, I would appreciate it. Blah, blah, blah. They then come out and attack supporters and be like, oh, you was never a supporter, or you didn't do this, or you didn't do that. Instead of just being honest, I'm pushing out a whole lot of content. I'm starting a whole lot of bullshit because I need views and engagement. And this how I got to get it to make a check. Like, just be real. You know what I'm saying? Um, Sabrina says Ash being all professional and shit. Ashley motherfucking chats, bitch. um, Sabrina said, oh, she's talking to Free. Okay. Nina says, I love watching your videos. Ashley, I make sure I watch everyone because you always have something to say. Oh, thank you, Nina. I really appreciate that. Right. I'd be like, please don't drag, because things can switch up so quick. I'm telling you, Shanta, it can. In a blink of an eye. Shell says, love the topic, girl. Everyone, please plan to have a fantastic day. Love you, girlie. I love me some Shell. She's so sweet. Nisha said, Hot Wings Lover says financial pressure. It is, baby. Nisha says, yes, I believe that's why they are closing major airports, because they don't want the air traffic controllers, what the air traffic controllers are going through, to affect their ability to do their job safely. And I'll share it with y'all. I am a federal employee, and like, I guess it would depend on what entity you work for, but the one I work for has told us you are still required to show up. You are still required to fully perform your duty. If you quit before the government shutdown is over, you are not only like out of a job, we are going to make it where you cannot work another federal job, and we are not paying you for the work you have done. there are also certain entities that are telling us you can't work another job, or if you do, it can't be another federal job. Like there's so many stipulations where people are being held to their jobs and they're still required to show up with integrity and do that. And some people that's hard, right? Not necessarily for me, because I understand karma and all that. And one thing I do understand and I believe wholeheartedly, baby, when you do good, good comes back to you, right? So even if the government open and they say none of us is gonna get paid, will it hurt our feelings? Absolutely. But baby, you ain't gonna tell me I'm not gonna get no blessings for still showing up to work and doing my fucking job. I don't care what you're talking about. You can pay me or don't. I'm going to be blessed for what I put out here. Point blank and period. And when you know that within yourself and you behave that way, that's when you begin to shine, right? And you will also see that when you shine or you understand and you fully understand who you are, and you stand on your square, you start getting a whole lot of other extra shit. Okay? That's why you got to be true to you, baby. Huh. Alicia says yes. Lord, not Alicia. Lord. Malish says, yeah, everybody need that extra right now. How things going? Right, Malish. Right. You missed my comment. SC Chase, go back up. Oh Lord. What? Free, I ain't got time for your shenanigans. Let me see. Wait, no, I read that one. Let me see. I don't see. That's the one I seen about the professional. Or you talking about the one to Sabrina? Oh, I'm not fooling you. Free said, I let my daughter hear and she was like, she not crying. Ain't nobody trying to tell her to get off. She was speaking to somebody that was whispering. I am hollering. Good night, please. Chill. Maybe if I start crying, like I can get a little more support, honey. Child boo. Baby, people pulling all kind of tricks out their head, baby. The struggle is real and motherfuckers can't just be real. Baby, just tell the truth, baby, and shame the devil. Now, Nina says, exactly, Ashley. How can you flip on your supporters only because they disagree with you on a story or a difference of opinion? I agree. Malish says that too, but most of them not getting paid. Right. We're not. I'm not getting paid. Shit. Honestly, it's depressing as fuck to go to work and look at all my time she's just piling up. I'm like, damn, I sure hope she don't lose my shit. Upper says, is the government giving their employees retroactive pay? I can't speak for everyone, but yes, I am supposed to be getting retroactive pay. Yes. Thank God. Ms. Judy says the last time the government was shut down, employees walked out because they weren't being paid. They were even on their ass to deny money from. Yes, that's what's been happening at the airports. Sabrina, thank you so much, baby. She says, because we see you, boo, and we ain't sleeping. We ain't no bots. Do you hear me, Sabrina? Lord, somebody, let me see if I can pin this comment, honey, because what you said, you know what? Let me speak to that real quick without getting off topic, okay? Y'all can stop with this bot shit because everybody on this motherfucker got thousands of supporters, like thousands of subscribers, and that them same fucking thousands are not in your live chats, and they're not all watching all of your content. Miss me with that bullshit, okay? Fuck out of here. I don't know why people be trying to act like they don't understand how algorithms and shit work. You accrue and obtain subscribers based on stories you cover. I feel like I've said this 50,000 times, right? People subscribe to you based on the content or the story that they feel like is relatable at the time. As long as you are not incredibly offensive or disrespectful, or they just completely lose 100% interest in your channel, period, most people do not come back and unsubscribe, right? Only the active maddies come back and unsubscribe. That does not mean that people have bots. Bitch, I have no money to waste. I'm not buying no fucking bots, okay? Not only that, these platforms know when you buy bots, okay? And sometimes they do sweeps and they will remove artificial bots and fake accounts and all of that. Okay. I am not desperate for a look when it comes to subscribers and all that. I've told y'all 50,000 times and I will tell you 50,000 more times. All that fucking your subscriber count don't fucking matter, baby. You only need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. All that other shit is just sprinkles on top of your cupcake. Okay? Miss me with the bullshit. Hell, if I was buying bots, bitch, I would be at like 300K. Fuck it, a million. Okay? Why the fuck would I pay for 30,000 subscribers? The fuck? Like, people be playing so many fucking games. Shout out to you, Sabrina. Bots where, baby? Calm Collective says, sorry, y'all. I'm trying to stay focused. This is a good live, so we're gonna keep it good. Calm Collective says, Ashley, I hope your pay starts back soon. I work for the federal government and we still getting paid, which is a blessing. Right. That's why I said it depends on, who you work for and all of that. So yeah, like, but you know what, Calm Collective, I have so much peace, baby. Baby, listen, we ain't went hungry a day. Do you hear me? Ain't nothing stopped for us. And I mean nothing. I am blessed, y'all. I'm blessed and I'm grateful. And we're going to be just fine. And that's not going to change. Period. And I ain't got to pull no tricks out my hat to do that. Straight up. Let me see here. Angie says both sides is to blame. Far as the government shut down, they need to reopen and negotiate while the government is open. It will be extremely hard to get back on track. I agree, Angie. I agree. I bet if people start walking out there, they start figuring out how. No, on God, upper. Oh God! But you know what's crazy? It's all a scare tactic, and people too scared. And I ain't even gonna hold you, child. They even have the audacity to email all of us if you will resign your position by the end of like the fiscal year, like for our particular job, they will offer you like a severance of like $5,000. And baby, they keep pushing it, baby. They send us that fucking email like every 2 days at work. Like, baby. And I ain't gonna hold you. I think it's a method to the madness. I think it's more behind the scenes and they trying to softly get people to walk away because it's potentially going to get to a point where they're gonna force some people out. And to be honest, I think if they start forcing people out, they're going to start with the old heads, people who've been in the game a long, long time and they've had to pay the most. I think they're going to try to force people out. But either way it go, baby. Ashley fucking chats is going to be good, baby. Hey, Loretta. Happy Friday, baby. I said his name all day yesterday. I forgot. Yes, hit the like. Hit the like. Thank you so much, Hot Wings. Free. Free, thank you so much for the super chat. She says content creators acting like slave masters, like supporters are property to be owned is wild. Cause baby, that 13-second yelp of a cry was what a narrative narc does. And on God and his sandals. Teresa, good morning, baby. Happy Friday. Lord, not Sabetta. Lord have mercy. Sabrina says you better tell these people God is good all the time. And he is. Baby, I'm going to be good, baby, all the time. Malish says, amen. I've stocked up my house and continue to. Exactly. Baby, I go to the store probably every day because I need all of me. Baby, my kids like to eat, baby. We're going to eat. The blessing here is that even if we stop getting American food shipped here, baby, I could just go shop on the economy, baby. We'll just eat some German noodles. The fuck? Baby, they got steak in Germany. Shit, I'm not gonna not eat. Okay? Sabrina says you're always more than you always get more when you're paid, but my higher ups aren't. Right, for sure. Wait, hold on. Hold on? You always get more when you're already grateful. Okay, I done mixed up two comments. I'm sorry. Sabrina says, you always get more when you're already grateful for. Exactly. It's all about energy. Upper says they know you don't have bots. It's jealousy at the end of the day. Big jealousy. Okay, in all caps. Baby, please. Nisha says, I'm a federal government contractor. I'm getting paid, but my higher ups aren't. Yeah, that's why I say it just depends on what umbrella you fall under. Miss Judy says, is someone in the house that's bringing to the table either come to a resolution or the house will have to pay their cut just like the people. And I had also heard rumors that he was going to force them to like not be paid as well or not be able to leave and all that. But baby, y'all know how that go. Trump plays so many games. So right, and y'all, it's the Republicans because they want to take away health care because the radicals and Democrats said no, they need health care. It's crazy. Miss J. Jones, hey baby. I love it. Hey, Ashley, motherfucking chat. So y'all hear me? Did y'all like my banner? I got a new banner. Period. Bitch, honey. I was like, "Ooh, that shit hit, actually. The fuck?" And it's my new ad name. Let me no, I can't comment. Let me see. I can comment right here. So y'all can see it in the chat, baby. Yeah. Anyway, they offering us 25,000 to walk, but I need 3 more good years and then they can have it. Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, baby, y'all got to come up with more than five racks. Like, get out of here. Yeah. I have to exit Ashley. Keep being great. Have a bomb ass Friday. Oh, thank you so much, Hot Wings. Have a great day, baby. And Shell says, I love Ashley and her Ashley-isms. Saying sound off and tell them how you see it and keep being true to you. Absolutely. And baby, always. I'm always be true to me. Upper says one thing I can't stand is a hypocrite to run around harassing, bullying, etc., but then sit there and cry because you don't like how you're being. Listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. Baby. That's what I'm talking about, Upper. Hold on. Let me find it on here so I can. I was reading off the other. Let me find it on here so I can pin it. Because all of what you said. All of what you said. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is harassing, but the judges overturned everything. Now he crying. Chill. Foolishness. Free says, nah, it's all those individuals on food stamps that didn't vote. That too, Free. It's so many elements to it. Miss Judy says it's always that fine print getting them shut down. They better not raise the health care 30% because I already paid 27K a year for child. I can't. I just cannot. And that's the thing, y'all. I just feel like it's so unfair to the children and the younger generation that's coming up. Like my baby will be 18 next year. And I'm sitting here like I don't even want to know how much it's gonna cost in insurance when we get her a car. You know what I'm saying? Because it's everything is just so different now compared to like when we came up. And I just think their childhood and their young adulthood is being slighted so bad and I don't understand. Sabrina says it was the I never did anything for me. We never is. Baby, y'all, listen, y'all is not about to get me to troll today because on Jesus, honey, my kids was hollering in here. Do you hear me? They's like, Mom, baby, listen, I have clowned this day. I'm trying to tell you, and I'm trying to behave. I really, truly am. Okay? I am trying to behave. Anyway, so let me get back on subject because I'm not trying to make this political either, but I'm trying to show y'all like how people going through stuff like in the real world is tying into is spilling over into how people make their money. There's a lot of people trying to rely on gig work. I've seen a lot of content here on YouTube where people who was doing like DoorDash and Lyft and things like that, like even that stuff is taking a hit. People not ordering food like that, people not catching rides and stuff like that because everybody is trying to penny pinch, right? So you really shouldn't take it personal that people ain't really able to dump on you and do all this extra shit on you right now because they may just not have it. And you know what's so crazy, right? If y'all notice, I haven't been putting my goal up no more, right? Here's why. Because I understand that, right? I don't want y'all to feel like y'all pressure to have to give every time you pull up to my live, especially during a time like right now, right? I support a lot of content creators. I'm gonna just be real with you. Are we good in real life financially? Absolutely. But I ain't got it to give to every live I pull up on. It don't mean that I don't love and support you and I ain't rocking with you. Some of y'all, we share each other's content and things like that. That's a form of support. That's a form of support. People seeing it, even if they missed it, right? Maybe it didn't come down their timeline, but maybe they saw it because Upper shared. Like Upper shared a post of mine yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they didn't see it on my community wall. Maybe they didn't see that I made a community wall post, but because Upper shared it, maybe Upper's community line popped down their timeline. Boom! Now they just saw my post. It's so many ways for people to show support, and whatever way people can show you that support, you just got to be okay with it right now. Period. It just is what it is. What a lot of people not paying attention to is what if the government don't open up no time soon? What if it don't open up at all? You know what I'm saying? This could be a situation that could be long lasting for a lot of people, right? It's not supporters' fault if they ain't got $10 and $20 every time they pull up in your chat And because now all of a sudden, because they trying to take care of what matters, right? They trying to make sure they not homeless, they not starving, they can take care of their kids and all that. Because y'all motherfuckers like the docs, right? Bitch, maybe they don't want to be on your fucking live because now they got a foreclosure or a fucking eviction, bitch, because they was giving you 10 and 20 super chats every day. The fuck? Like, come on, y'all. Like, people have to do what they feel like is best for them in the moment. Don't nobody know their situation but them, right? So like I said, a lot of people are heavily reliant on social media, right? And so now we're seeing people becoming territorial, claiming freaking supporters like property, attacking anyone who doesn't quote unquote fall in line. And trying to guilt or shame their audiences into some source or some type of loyalty, right? If someone doesn't comply, then suddenly they're labeled as fake or never a real supporter. That's not fair. That's not fair, y'all. Like, it's just like some people, hey, Rosalind, welcome in, baby. Some of y'all have been following, let's say Tasha K, right? I know, child, she's a bad example. But again, like, there are some people who are diehard fans of Tasha K, Krishan Rock. Some of us think she's a horrible ass mother. She got some diehard fans. Beyonce. Mugs will come at your throat because they have been a supporter of Beyonce for years. You know what I'm saying? So it would be unfair of Beyonce or Tasha K or Krishan or any of them to come out here and be disrespectful to their supporters because I'm in a bind, Nate. Right? So anyway, the truth is everybody's struggling in their own way. This is not the time to divide and attack. It's time to stay human, stay grounded, and remember that empathy goes further than ego. Ever will, right? Um Let me just say this, y'all, because I don't want y'all to think I'm trying to be messy. I know how that shit just sounded, but on Jesus, I was speaking about the movie. Okay. So please, okay, just hold your horses. I thought about it like, fuck. I promise I was referring to the fucking movie. Plain blank and period. Okay. Anyway, let me catch up in this chat. I'm finna get off because y'all finna get me in trouble. In the words of Brina. Upper said, hold on, let me skip. I missed somewhere. Okay, Malik says somebody said use millennials been us millennials been going through it. I said we aren't getting a break. And ain't child they playing. Malik says a viewing like is good enough for me. Right. Because ultimately we work for YouTube anyway, right? It's like a tip for people to offer you super chats, super stickers, memberships, things like that. It's just like when you go to a restaurant, you're not required to tip. Now there are some restaurants that does require, they'll put it into your bill and things like that, but it's a courtesy, you know what I'm saying, to do it. If you ain't got it, baby, what's expected of you is to cover your bill, right? So when it comes to social media, like YouTube or whatever, what's expected is if you're thank you for your engagement. You're typing in the chat, you're liking the video, share the video, whatever your level of support. Or some of y'all come back, y'all missed the live or you couldn't stay the whole one, so you catch the replay and you type and say, hey, I'm catching a replay. That's support. You know what I'm saying? Upper says I stopped putting my goal up too, but you still got people out here putting up goals of 50 super chats. Not 50 super chats and super. Do you hear me? And crying. Girl, fuck out of here. Malik says, yeah, why I said he get water, rice, beans, stock. I'm telling you, get the basics, baby. Bitch, we roaming down in this bitch. Y'all see, I love me some ramen noodles, bitch. I get in the middle of my bed some nights and eat me a pack of ramen noodles. I love it. Struggle meal my ass, okay? I love me some ramen noodles, period. And we never run out, bitch. And we ain't got nothing else in this bitch. We got some noodles. Yeah. Sabrina says, and they ain't gave nobody a sandwich or nothing. A sandwich. I'm just swimming in other folk backyard. I cannot. It's giving pimp, but I could be wrong. Not pimp. Free says them motherfuckers did me and Miss Foxy wrong as fuck, all because we move how the fuck we want. Same with y'all content creators. Queen, you, Ashley Neo, BR, Queen Throne, Kevin, Miss Season, RH Chat, and the list goes on. Do you hear me? The list is never ending. Hey, Roz, welcome in, baby. Hey, Regal, happy Friday. Sabrina says, I swear I'm being good. I never act out. I never. It's not me. It's you. It's you, Sabrina. It's you. I'm in crying emoji. I'm dead. Nina says just vice versa. Ashley, and let the content creators go in other people's lives and give $10 and $20 to everybody. Right. That's what I'm saying. Shit, what we gonna give back to the supporters? And some content creators do, right, in their own way. Like the holidays are coming up. I'm sure people probably gonna try to do give backs and stuff. At one point, I used to do drawings. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. The only reason I stopped doing the drawings is because people wasn't participating, which honestly was shocking to me because who don't like free money? Right? But people wasn't participating. And when I would do them, like the last one I did, I drew 2 names. Only one person gave me their cash app. You know what I'm saying? So I just stopped because I was like, well, maybe there's no interest there. So, but yeah, some people do give back to, their supporters and stuff. But my thing is if you know that you don't, or you do bare minimum, you definitely should be a little grateful for somebody just pulling up and liking a video or throwing, whatever they doing. Like shit. Like get out of here. Free says, Sabrina, can I get I nude it? I nude it. Hey, April. Happy Friday, baby. Malik says ramen bowls the best. Put some leftover meat on. Do you hear me, girl? I would listen. I'll make some gourmet noodles in a minute. Stop playing with me. Miss Duncan says, hey, Ashley Chess, I just helped my daughter get a car. Be smart. Put everything in your name. Keep an old school to rate them against to keep your insurance and payments low. Okay. Thank you so much, Miss Duncan. I appreciate that. Upper says, I'm truly blessed. I have so many people that genuinely like me and support me. That's what I'm saying, Upper. Let me highlight that. This is what I'm talking about. Gratitude. People appreciate that. And you ain't got to fake it. You don't got to cry for it or none of that, right? Because people know. First of all, let me just tell y'all, right? People are not as what's the word I'm looking for? Like people be hiding in plain sight, right? That like, they really think that they pulling the wool over your eyes. I promise you, you're not as clever as you think, right? People not dumb, especially in times like right now. People are on guard. People are peeping things. They're paying attention to everything, right? So you can't fake it. Like if you are really genuinely a selfish and ungrateful person, you can try to hide it all you want, baby. Listen, if this internet or just life in general ain't taught you nothing else, it should teach you that the truth is always going to come out, baby. Do you hear me? And that's not just in situations when it comes to who you are as a person, your character, your intentions, all of that is going to come out. You can sham it, you can decorate it, you can put all the bows on it all you want. It's going to eventually come out. The truth always comes out, baby. I don't care how long it takes, it's going to come out. Y'all better hear me. Nisha says, no, the right people didn't know about the drawing because hell, free money, sign me up. No, Nisha. So I had put it in my members. And so basically, like all the members were automatically put in. So I did the drawing and I put it in there and I stated the winners and I posted on my regular community wall. And that's not the only time. Like it's happened a couple times. Like I've had drawings and then people do not like collect on their winnings. Like nobody like collects. So or only a few will. So that's the only reason I had stopped because I was like, well, maybe like people ain't interested. Upper says, hell, I've even heard content creators say that they're not going to start their commentary until they get at least 5. Listen, Upper. Now, what kind of corny shit is that? Baby, we be sitting in silence. Like, bitch, you just gonna sit here and waste your time? Like, that's crazy. Sabrina says they be acting like they the plug. Oh, God. Shell says ramen noodles with the seasoning, hot sauce, and butter. Do you hear me? It's the ramen recipes in the chat for me. Sabrina says, imagine making people pay to hear you speak or you're deemed trash. Insanity. No, Sabrina, I'm finna put you out of here. I am dead. Sabrina be having me weak. Do you hear me? Imagine people making you pay to hear you speak and you're deemed trash. It's just unbelievable. And I'm not even gonna hold you like sometimes when you hear people say, who do you think you are? It sounds like condescending, I guess, or it could be offensive. But no, for real, like sometimes you really do got to ask that. Like, baby, who do you think you are? For real. Like, and not even coming sideways or nothing. Like, who do some of y'all think y'all are? Like for real. Like that's a real question. Like who do you think you are, baby? Do you understand you regular as fuck? Even celebrities, baby, they get up, they brush their teeth, they do all the shit that we do. It's just that people know who they are in the world. That's it. We all bleed the same. You know what I'm saying? I, like who do people be thinking they are, baby? You're not a god. You're not the universe. You're not none of that. It's insane. Like people really feel like it's as if like you're watching Aladdin and they're the one on the carpet. Like I really feel like when it comes to this content creator space, influencer space, all that, and y'all seen it, like I said, when we was covering the Truth Saga with Brianna, for instance. Some people really in their mind have this complex, like people are supposed to worship at their feet because they are content creator, or they feel like they were successful at it, or oh, I got this many subscribers in this many months, or oh, I make this much a month. Bitch, so the fuck? I'll be mind blown. What do that mean? Do you understand sometimes, especially with this content creator shit, right? Sometimes motherfuckers get lucky. I'm telling y'all, I've broken it down to y'all a million times. It depends on if whatever you putting out here gets swept up in the algorithm. It's that simple. Are there stories where you might be the main one? For instance, this Romika, case or whatever. Keys is like the point of information, so people associate Keys with receipts on this case, so of course he's going to do numbers, right? But outside of like exceptions like that, right, it really comes down to the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? Active supporters follow you based on the story. Like, for instance, there's several content creators again covering the Romika story. So whatever your active supporters right now are interested in that case because they are maybe listening to your lives, watching your videos, whatever, right? So if you are actively reporting on Romika and then you throw and sprinkle in a video about the government shutdown, I can assure you you're most likely not going to get the same views. I just saw Keys posted a video about, I don't know, something else. It might have been Krishan or something. I don't remember. His views on that one was like 3 or 4,000 compared to if he does a Romika video, he might get 20,000, right? That doesn't mean that he's a shitty content creator because he posted something different and the numbers were lower. It means his active audience right now is interested in the Romika content. Point blank and period. Stop letting motherfuckers come out here and try to tell y'all that people are trash and whack and garbage and their channel suck and all that. Especially when a motherfucker only doing numbers when they dragging bitches. I want to see you fucking do some content that is some real content. Tell a story, bitch. Read a script without stumbling, without having to repeat words. Show me that shit and do the same numbers, and then we can talk. Period. Now let me catch up in my comments before I start trolling. Because it just be mind blowing, like the audacity of people. Y'all be bugging. And these are the people that be trying to demand certain levels of support and loyalty and respect from supporters. You have bumped your fucking noggin. Like for real. That shit is crazy. It doesn't, the math ain't mathing, y'all. The math not mathing at all. It's crazy. First of all, content creation is work. Okay. You want people to bless you and tip you and doing all that? Put in the work, baby. Give them something for it. What did they get from your life? What did you say that was touching, that wasn't condescending, that wasn't dragging somebody, or that wasn't making somebody else look like shit to make you look better? If you can answer those questions, if you wasn't posting some messy shit on your wall trying to get people engaged so they can't wait for you to go live or some shit like that so you can get numbers, because that's all this stuff is that y'all witnessing on social media, period. I don't care what platform you're on. It's a numbers game because people like to look like they're important. Let me tell y'all something. I've told y'all before, YouTube pays for every per 1,000 views. And everybody's CPM, CPR, whatever the fuck the acronym is different for everyone. It depends on your performance of your channel overall. If your channel is hot right now, you're going to have a higher one, which means they're going to pay you more for the 1,000 views. Regardless of what they pay you, baby, I promise you, the super chats and all the other stuff is what makes or breaks people's income on here. Okay, stop letting these people make you think because they got 20,000 views and well, not even shit. I'm saying 20,000 motherfuckers got 2 or 3K like everybody else in this motherfucking sector, right? And still trying to throw shots like they cream of the motherfucking crop, bitch. Please, okay, please. Take away all them super chats and then show me what them numbers do. Show me what that check will look like. Take away all the super chats, all the super stickers, and then let's talk. I bet you it won't happen. Stop letting these people gas y'all up and making y'all think that for one, you're not loyal because you're not paying their motherfucking life or their lifestyle. Imagine you supporting a motherfucker that got a lifestyle you don't have. Bitch, do you have a pool in your backyard, bitch? Huh? Is you eating steak every night for dinner? Is you riding in luxury cars and shit? Is you paying thousands and thousands a month? No. So why the fuck do you feel obligated to support content creators who demand that type of shit from you? And then some all got the audacity to tell you that they work, right? And they do content creation and still demand the shit from their supporters. Damn. Like, where does it end? That shit is crazy. That's what's wrong. That's why the government shut down now. Because motherfuckers are entitled. They feel like because I've had food stamps for 25 years, how dare you take them away? Well, goddamn, how many years do it take for you to get on your big ass feet? Like, you out here posting and flexing and vacationing and all that. Damn, you should be able to buy some food. Hell, we all don't like paying $12 for fucking loaf of bread or whatever the price is. It don't feel good to nobody. But some people don't qualify, which means it actually should be a pat on your back that you don't qualify, because that means you progressed in life. You're doing better. And because you got people like that in society who feel entitled because it's always been this way, you always give me a super chat when you pull up. How dare you not come over here and give me a super chat? That's the type of energy people be on, like somebody owe them something. Don't nobody owe you shit. You should be grateful, thankful. People gonna remember that. It's a lot of people probably in my chat right now at their lowest. Probably don't have a dime to their name and can't even say it because of this trash ass internet. People weaponize people pain. People weaponize people's struggles and shit like they ain't never fucking struggled in their life, or like they ain't currently struggling, but they just making it look good online. They send us emails at work every day trying to encourage us, like, I'm so sorry. I know it's hard that y'all got to show up and smile and do your job, but please know you are appreciated. Simple shit like that. And that little email is that little bit of push that a lot of us still need to be like, man, this shit sucks and it's really fucked up. But hey, you know what? At least somebody realizes and sees my effort. Period. But the way people behave on this here internet, they would have been the motherfuckers already done walked out and did the fucking most because they feel like they should be paid. Like it ain't other motherfuckers not getting paid right now. That shit's corny. Corny. Let me see. Okay, Free says the fact that Alive was created and it was about you, even though BR and Neo said what we knew. Fuck that. She was triggered. No, for real, Free. And that's why she, baby, listen. All that had to do with it. All I did was give props, baby. And I'm always do that. I gave props because I was glad that somebody finally admitted what the fuck was going on. Point blank and period. You could do all the fucking lives you want, bitch. The thank you still stands. So fuck out of here. You can do all the, in the words of Upper. Do all lives you want, bitch, and I still don't give a fuck. Like, for real. April says now we got her wanting noodles. Let me see. Miss Judy says Ashley Krishan up posting blue. Done stomped on her already. She showed a bruise. What? Oh my God, Miss Bruce. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think they're doing that shit for clout and views. You gotta think he been locked up for 2 years. They're trying to get his shit, like they're trying to start off with a bang. Sabrina says, I never break the rules. Let me be a law-abiding commenter. Hey, Just Jules, welcome in, baby. Happy Friday. Shanta said it tripped me out when some content creators be saying I didn't feel like going live or I came live for y'all. So support my God. You got to play. You got to play, Shanta, because I have heard that. And that shit sound crazy. Because guess what? When I don't feel like going live, for me, when I don't come live, and I said this multiple times, it has nothing to do with oh, I just need to perform for y'all. Now, I'm not gonna lie, like there has been times when I haven't gone live all month, and I feel bad because it's like, although, I do post consistent content on a day-to-day or almost day-to-day basis, a lot of people do want to have some type of live engagement with their content creator, right? So there are times when I've said I haven't given y'all a live this month at all, so let me just come on here and say something to y'all. But at the end of the day, it's not like a y'all should be glad that I'm coming on here to talk to y'all, because again, I understand that it's a personal choice, right? Like I don't have, like, if I don't want to come on here, I don't have to come on here, but I don't have to make y'all feel like you should feel honored because I came on here. And then also, like I said, I like to go live when I actually have something productive to say, because again, I personally do not like when I join a live or I try to catch a replay and it's nothing of substance there, just fucking bullshitting and him and Han and what you doing and what you got going on. Like, baby, you could just text me that shit. Like, we ain't even gotta go live. You know what I'm saying? But again, that's just my personal thoughts on it. Anyway, she said, so support my goal. No, you came live for your pocket. Shit, it's plenty of other stuff we can watch. No, for real. I mean, shit, the options are endless on YouTube. The fuck. Sabrina says, before I get put in the corner, I'ma just say at this point, somebody medicine or something is getting expensive because how much you need. The tired of people. Okay, I'm gonna get in the corner. Baby, at this point, bitch, everybody to line up, bitch. It's mealtime pills. Everybody, put your hand out. I'm coming down the line, because what the fuck are we doing, in the words of Queen Step? Nina says, some people get greedy the more you get. Absolutely. Let me pin that. Absolutely, Nina. Some people get greedy the more you give. Absolutely. I mean, come on. Away with it and get away with it, and then eventually they just keep going bigger and bigger. Like, oh, I didn't get caught, or they didn't see that I just manipulated their ass. Oh, let me go for the juggler. Like, what the fuck? That shit crazy. I have literally seen in some people chats where it's people apologizing because they ain't got it to give. What the I wish the fuck I would come in your chat and be like, I'm so sorry, I don't got $5 to give you today. I'm so sorry, but I do love you. Girl, go to hell. And no, you're not getting my fucking $5, bitch. I gotta buy coffee in the morning. Fuck you thought. That shit crazy. Bitch, you was not getting my last $5 for me to prove some fucking YouTube loyalty. Y'all playing. Y'all is playing on this internet. Sabrina says, I absolutely love when people show up for me and just engage genuinely. I'm truly blessed and nice. So when people be nice to me and support, I'm grateful. No money required. Exactly, Sabrina. And you know what? When people can sense that, even without you saying that, personally, I feel like if I'm in a live or a video or something and I feel moved to give for whatever reason, maybe you said something that really resonated or that I just really needed to hear or what have you, or maybe I'm just in a chipper mood to give, absolutely, I'm going to give. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to be honest with you, and I think it's just human nature, period, especially as an adult. Like, when people feel like it's an expectation there and like it's a demand for it and shit like that, like, that's when people be like, fuck you, I'm not giving you nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, in real life, if somebody tell you, you got to give me $20, now you ain't going to give it to them. You know what I'm saying? Just off, like, who is you talking to? Like, you can't force me to do anything. Malish says, yep, my lives when I do the shutdown, it changed. Absolutely, Malish, which is crazy because people should be in there. That's important information. That shit's crazy. Bree says, speak Ashley. You hear me, girl? Loud and clear. Terry, how you doing? Happy Friday. Nina says, one thing about Big Keys, he never complained about his numbers or how many supporters in his chat. That's true, Nina, because it don't matter. And here's the thing, like, again, we got a lot of stuff going on. And I was actually talking to someone on the back end and I said this, sometimes it's overwhelming, especially when you support a whole bunch of creators, right? And again, it may not hit your timeline today. Maybe you refresh tomorrow and you might see, oh shit, Ashley Chess did a video yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you shouldn't take shit personal, because sometimes it could be a matter of, it's so, especially times like right now, it's so many fucking people beefing, bitch, everybody falling out. Like, bitch, look, it's a fucking psych ward on this bitch right now, everywhere, right? So it's so much that you trying to watch and engage and keep up with and all that, you might forget about a content creator in this moment, right? But when shit settle down and ain't nobody going live and you can breathe and think for yourself, or oh, you know what? I ain't seen Ashley Chats in a couple days. Boom, let me then, because I've seen some of y'all will come and watch 3-4 videos in a row and comment, replay, replay, replay. You know what I'm saying? Or give your feedback on a video or whatever. So the thing is, this is where an algorithm comes into play, right? People will eventually see you because you're in their algorithm, especially if you consistently do content or offer content or commentary. And if they appreciate your commentary and you don't make them feel like shit because they didn't give you a super chat, or they didn't, do whatever your idea of support was, right? Or lick the crack of your ass when they came in your chat and worship you and shit like that, then guess what? You probably will be on the list for them to be like, you know what, damn, hold on, let me check on Ashley Chat. I ain't seen nothing from her in 2 days. And then oh shit, she did post 2 videos. Boom, now they're gonna watch your content. And that's why content creators, if they honest, if you look in your studio, back office, whatever you want to call it, your video could be shit for like a day or two, and then you check back in a few days and now your views went up. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's slow in the algorithm because maybe it's either not in the algorithm or your supporters may just not see it right now. Give it a few days. But you know what happens? People put content out here, they get mad because it didn't immediately take off, and then it's, oh, but they was in this person chat, oh, but they was watching this person, oh, but you know what I'm saying? And then it becomes this imaginary battle or imaginary competition that don't even exist. For what? When you could just sit your ass there in the corner patiently and wait until a motherfucker see what the fuck you posted. Relax. Damn, it's a channel. The fuck? We don't watch every time Netflix drop a fucking movie, bitch. We don't run to Netflix and start watching a movie right away. You don't see Netflix on this bitch. Like, goddamn, Ashley done fucking paid her bill, but she don't never want to watch none of my shit. Girl, guess what, honey? When I be on our lunch break, honey, guess what I'm watching? Netflix. If I can't sleep at night or I get up earlier than expected, guess what I'm watching? Netflix. I ain't gonna forget, bitch. That shit come out my account every month. The fuck? Like, y'all be bugging for real. Oh, they don't even support me. Damn, bitch. There's a whole lot of channels to watch, girl. Wait your turn, bitch. You're not in the queue today. You might be in the queue tomorrow. Damn. Free says, remember when they said you sound like ChatGPT? Well, we know that they don't because they can't enunciate a damn thing. Including ChatGPT and can't. And can't. Baby, it's the worst thing in the world if you can't fucking read and you try to read while you mad. Bitch, I know you playing. I know you playing in my face. Bitch, it's worse. You know what it remind me of? When you arguing with your significant other and you trying to type fast and your fucking fingers is like all tied up and shit like that. That's what it sounds like if you already can't read and then you mad and try to read. Like, just, you know what? Just take a breather. Woosah, bitch. Yoga. Breathe, bitch. You know the word. You just gotta slow down. I think you know the word. Upper says take away all of the memberships too, because a lot of times those memberships is a bulk of that's what I'm saying, Upper. And you know what's so crazy? I'm so glad you say that, right? Because there are so many people who just automate their memberships. Not everybody have to come back and renew it. Some people has it on auto where it just automatically come out every month. So it's an automatic way to support you for the month. I don't give a damn if your membership 99 cents. Somebody has put you in a budget to allow that amount of money to come out their account every single month until they choose to, disable it or discontinue it, whatever, right? That alone is automatic support. How dare you get mad? And these motherfuckers be having levels, bitch. $10, $20, $50 fucking memberships and still mad because a bitch pulled up in their chat and then also send a fucking super chat. Are you serious? Are you okay? Is you cool? Like, bro, I'll be blown away. Like, I personally feel honored that there are people who automatically have membership. Like, it never ends. They've never had to renew. You know what I'm saying? Now, true enough, some people forget or they didn't. It's the way they signed up and they have to renew, and that's fine too, right? But it's like for me to know that people believe in your vision or believe in your channel, your page or whatever, to the point where they have automated something to come out of their account. And no shade, some people probably forget. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, it's $2 or $3, whatever, right? that $2 or $3, you don't have to get it all. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy. And let's be real, a lot of us don't even offer a lot of members only content, and we still got people who are faithfully members of our channel. Why? Because they support us as a creator. That alone is something to be grateful for. But you'll get mad because you went live and they didn't also send you a super chat every time they came in your live. And that's why y'all got motherfuckers that come in your chat and they won't fucking speak no more. They chilling in the fucking trees and the bushes and shit, hanging and swinging because they scared. Damn, if I speak, now this person gonna be mad because I didn't also attach it to a super chat. Fuck out of here. Keep your ass up there in the trees. Sabrina says that's too much of the truth. Give it to him, Edge. Do you hear me, Sabrina? Sock it to him. Hey, Crush. Good morning. Well, is it morning? Yeah, it's still morning. Good morning, Crush. Upper says preach. Do you hear me? Ross says the high ass memberships and never doing members. Thank you. I see she took. I just said that, and I'm just not seeing her comments. It's the truth. Like, damn, you ain't even, I mean, let's be real. A lot of us do not do a lot of members only content. We will. But I mean, if we're gonna be honest about it, sometimes we don't, or a lot of times we don't. So it's like, I mean, damn, be grateful that people are still willing, you know what I'm saying, to support you whatever way they can. Like, shit, they'll just be blown away. Like, it just be like, what the fuck? Hey, D-Ham, I'm so late in the chat. Happy Friday. Let me go back up. Child lost my space. I'm sorry. Hold on, y'all. Okay. April says Orange Man said, "Get it out the mud." He not releasing shit. Oh God, April. Oh God, he like, I don't give a fuck. Starve. And I don't mean to be insensitive because I do understand that there are a lot of people impacted by that. So please don't be offended. You know, it's just a joke, y'all. I really do empathize with people who are, genuinely struggling and need that for real. Brandy, good morning, baby. Happy Friday. Hey, Buttercup. Happy Friday. Raquel says, girl, you talking? No, for real. 3G says $12 for bread. You ain't lying. Of course, I was exaggerating, but no shade. Like, them fucking prices be insane, y'all. I seen a TikTok a lady did. It was fucking $87 for a pack of steak. Bitch, please. I wish I would pay. Are you kidding me? No, ma'am. Bitch, we will not be eating no steak out that store. Upper says it's the content creators that make fun of poverty for me when someone in the chat probably hungry, like their lifestyle would even be what it is if it weren't for their supporters. That's what I'm saying. And you know what's crazy? The same supporters who know they feel offended because they're being mocked and picked on will sit there and act like it's okay. Oh no, we still love you. No, that's not what she meant. She loves us. Knowing damn well they feel like somebody put a fucking hole in their chest, sitting there making fun. I mean, just the craziest shit. And that's why I said, going back to content creator etiquette, people will come on here and say little shit. Oh, this bitch is fat. Oh, this bitch look like this. Oh, this bitch is black as hell. Oh, this bitch bald headed. Oh, this bitch this and that. And you don't even understand. You smacking all your supporters that also identify with whatever the hell you calling somebody else. But you don't care because you want to get back at this person. Corny. Hey, Josephine, welcome in, baby. Sabrina says, and that's how we know a cult from a non-cult. Dang, people not allowed to just be a subby over there at all. At all. Malise says she mad because he went back to Hazel. Child, who? Who went back to Hazel? Who you talking about, girl? Who is Hazel? Barbara, this is Shirley. Twin mommy, hey baby, happy Friday. Malise says, Bino said he be lying. Oh, you talking about, okay, I don't know who them people is, yeah. I said, chill, who went back to Hazel, girl? Discussion board. Good morning, baby. Happy Friday. Sabrina says, so true. Some videos go to the algorithm and some don't. I'm here for every view, no matter how many. They try to clown people for 60 plus viewers, like, huh? And that's what I'm saying. But then if you pay attention, that's why them motherfuckers want to step out on faith, baby. And that's why they keep referring back to dragging and attacking, because they know that's the only thing people interested in as it pertains to their shit. So it's easy to laugh at a motherfucker who, you know what? I have more integrity or fuck the integrity. I don't have a desire to come on here and drag a motherfucker every day for no fucking reason, just for entertainment purposes, so I can get a bag. Some people got a little more morality and spirituality about themselves. You know what I'm saying? But oh, if I could be disrespectful and be like, oh, that bitch channel ain't shit because look at her views and all that, bitch, please. If we do the math on everybody motherfucking views versus they subscribers, bitch, we all would be quiet. Okay? Yeah. Free says, and you can't come on here and making disrespectful and condescending remarks like I'm not tipping you shit. The fuck? On God. Tip these nuts. Yo, I'm finna get y'all gonna give me a trouble. In the words of Brina. Sabrina says $50 memberships. Ooh, Lord. Child, bitch, like it's a fucking Sam's Club. Bitch, what comes with this shit? Bitch, it better come with a yearly airline ticket. The fuck? $50 a month? Yo, fuck out of here. um, I'm so tickled. Came to live. Thank you so much, baby, for that membership. I appreciate you. Happy Friday, honey. Sabrina says, that's me. I'm always support in the ways I can and not the ways I'm forced. Period. Sabrina, that's it and that's all. Point blank. And I encourage all of you to do the same. If you got it and you prefer, and you want to, you feel led to, then of course. But like, don't make somebody feel less than because, or like they can only fuck with you or be cool with you or close to you because they donate to you. Like, get the fuck out of here. You don't even understand. Somebody could say a very nice compliment, like, shout out to Miss Lisa Smith. She used to always tell me, actually, you're such a breath of fresh air. That comment alone meant a lot to me because it's like, wow, like in a world where there's so much chaos and like people are just nasty and disgusting or try to disparage you or make you or gaslight you into thinking that you're not who you say you are or you're this horrible person or you're a manipulator and all these other fucking decorative names that they want to put on you. And then you have someone she probably didn't mean no harm. She probably just thinking I'm just leaving a comment, showing my support or whatever. And not saying she doesn't, feel that way, but I'm saying her making that comment alone was support in a different way. You know what I'm saying? It was reassurance. I've had people shout out to Free. Free done told me so many times, Ashley, sometimes when you say shit, I don't follow. I be thinking you left field. And then the shit play out. And then I'll be like, damn, Ashley was right. Again, that's a form of support. And she ain't have to say that on my channel. That's something she told me behind the scenes. Why? Because that's how she felt. That was uplifting in that moment. That is a form of support. You don't even understand how you can encourage somebody. And I ain't talking about kissing nobody's ass. I'm saying being genuine, right? Being genuine and saying, you know what? I like this about your personality, or I respect this about you, or whatever, right? That could go far than because chances are, if you noticed it, that is a trait or a character flaw or a character something that somebody is probably attacking. I promise you. To hear that come from Free, and she's not the only one. Some other people have told me that too, right? Like you've always been, a great voice of reason. Like you are, you offer wise advice. Ham tells me that all the time. Like you are such a wise woman, and I can really respect your point of view and how you address things. And he's like, you're just so well spoken, blah, 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 blah. That is the very thing that a lot of people who have imaginary problems in their head with me try to attack. And not just on social media, in real life. I have relatives and shit, friends or ex-friends that have tried to say shit as it regards to that because it's like, who this bitch thinks she is? She thinks she's so smart. She thinks she did. The crazy part, y'all, I don't think I'm that fucking smart. I just speak how I feel. And I think when you can be who you are authentically, it's not hard because that's who you are. You know what I'm saying? It's people that like to come out here and try to show you a representative that fucking struggle and have fucking meltdowns and shit like that because now who they really fucking are, the mask slipped. The mask slipped. So now I'm panicking because how the fuck am I going to fix this now? Guess what? You don't got to fix shit if you are who the fuck you say you are all the time. Be authentically you, period. And some of y'all ungrateful as fuck. And you're entitled. You need to work on that shit. And a lot of y'all are like that and you're fucking insensitive. That's a horrible combination. Imagine you an ungrateful, entitled bitch that has no sympathy for nobody else. Are you serious? That is a disaster. Bitch, 1 star. Do not recommend. That is like, come on. Bitch, you gotta pick a struggle. How you got 3 struggles and you still demanding shit? That's crazy as fuck. Oh my God. Sabrina says, hell, I'll be watching commercials and all that. Exactly. That's a form of support. Don't mind him. The nurse was late. April says, Ashley, I'm going to need you to go over and be Brene lawyer because she's trying to be her own lawyer. And it's a shit show. Child, that girl there, she is a fucking disaster. She should be ashamed of her damn self. All the clowning and shit, her priorities all fucked up. And she get on my nerve with them fucking nails, bitch. It look like candy lollipops on her fingers. Bitch, you is too fucking big for all them goddamn nails curving over. Like, you can't even do nothing. Like, girl, like you 10 years old. Bitch, you is too old for that. I agree. Yeah, she needs to get on because Brene gonna pay and Tim is special. I had touched on it briefly a while back. I'm gonna be honest with you, I ain't even interested in that story. I think it's so pathetic. The shit she doing, and it's a lot of women like her that are intentionally being homewreckers and laughing and like she kind of reminds me of Brianna. Like, of course, the situations are not the same, but just her attitude of like she knows she wrong as fuck and she don't give a fuck. Like she thinks it's funny and it's entertaining. And it's like, bitch, you look corny for real. Discussion board says, I agree, you are a breath of fresh air. I love your commentary. I love the way you deliver your content. Thank you so much, discussion board. I appreciate you. Free says, on God, sometimes I would be like, nah, I don't think so, Ash. But what I witnessed, I had to speak up. Much love and respect, sis. Keep going, sis. Always Free. Nisha says, amen. Sabrina says, in a meeting, have an awesome day on purpose. On God, baby, have a great day because you had me hollering. So anyway, all right. So like I was saying, this government shutdown, y'all, it's shaking up more than just politics, right? It's hitting people's homes, people's families, people's wallets for sure, right? It's changing how people think, the way they act, and even how they treat everybody online or each other online. When I say jobs and stuff, it's jobs that y'all wouldn't even think of that's being impacted. It's not just fucking air traffic controllers. I've seen content where it's affecting people in the trucking industry. And I was blown away by that because you would think the government shutdown would only affect people that are directly affected, like attached to the government, like federal employees and shit. That shit is trickling down in ways that a lot of people don't even realize. And until it come on your front door or at your front porch, right? You don't care. And that's what's sad because people don't care because they're not impacted by it. Like maybe they're not a government employee. Maybe they don't get SNAP, or maybe they don't get, whatever type of government assistance that's been cut off, or maybe they don't have Medicaid or whatever, right? So you don't feel it. So you don't give a fuck. And it's sad because then it makes you inconsiderate of those who do feel it, right? In whatever way. I've never qualified for food stamps. Oh God, I don't. I've never, like in life, right? I wish I could, no shade. And I had a friend that was definitely like, girl, just say this. And then I'm like, girl, please, I'm not going to jail for nobody. Okay. I don't play with the government and I don't play with the IRS, baby. I pay all my bills on time. I ain't got time to play with them. Oh God, I don't. Right. But I can still empathize with a lot of people because I have people I know in real life in like that maybe a friend, family member, or whatever that have those benefits that are panicking, that are panicking. You know what I'm saying? So I can empathize with that. Hey, Kimberly, welcome in, baby. You know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy like that instead of people understanding, you know what? Yeah, my support does look different, but maybe it's because of what's going on economically and financially for people instead of equating that or attaching it to loyalty or support or, you know what I'm saying? Or this or that. Oh, I'm losing my supporters or people are stealing my support. No, bitch. People going through shit. Period. It ain't got nothing to do with that. And it could possibly be that people ain't pulling up and showing up for you because they feel like it is some type of obligation attached to it. They don't want to be attacked because they showed up and they didn't support you in the way that you wanted. So they just fall back, or maybe they watch your replay, or they just watch from the bushes because they don't want what comes with that. Um, Let me see. Miss Judy says, and these ads ain't no joke. I watch ads more than actually seeing the lies. Oh, not they smacking y'all with these ads. Elise says they said Timmy Kareem got messages. I agree it is. Ross says, yes, my sister is having to sell her $1 million home because of the shutdown. She works for the IRS. That's what I'm saying. IRS has laid off thousands of people. Thousands of people, y'all. And you got to think these jobs are well-paying jobs. And let's be real here. A lot of people rely on whatever their main job is as a source of income. So imagine you want to work or you've been working for companies all these years and now you've been laid off. What you gonna do? Do y'all understand that not only are people being laid off, there's not a lot of jobs that they can get? And even people saying, oh, well, McDonald's always hire. Yeah, bitch. But do you understand that some people are overqualified for that shit? Half of you motherfuckers is 40 plus. Imagine you show up at McDonald's trying to fill out a job application. They immediately gonna be like, bitch, get out. The fuck? Why do you want to work at McDonald's? Unless you a criminal or some shit like that, a felon, you know what I'm saying? You trying to start over, you just got out of prison or some shit. They not gonna entertain that because they already understand what's going on. You trying to use this until you can find something else. Jobs don't want to invest like that. So if you overqualified, they not even finna entertain you because they already know what time it is. When you find something better, you're gonna move on. So it ain't as simple as, oh, you could just go work at McDonald's or y'all got too much pride to do XYZ. That's not true necessarily because there are people who are willing to do other stuff, but they're not able to because some of us got a fucking brain, right? Some of us got legit work experience. Some people actually have stability in life and they worked this one job for a lot of years and they got laid off unexpectedly. And now they got to figure that shit out. And then you got corny motherfuckers saying shit like, oh, well, that's what you got savings for. Yes, but do you understand how fast a motherfucker will run through their savings because the fucking economy is shut down? And y'all don't even understand. A lot of people are busting heads for basic shit. Basic shit that you could get for a couple dollars is skyrocketing for no reason. For no reason. So you got to keep all that in your mind before you start attacking people trying to say they're not a supporter of you because they can't support you in this type of way. Cause y'all will be the same motherfuckers that'll go dox a motherfucker and be like, oh, that bitch got evicted last month. Oh, really? Well, bitch, how many super chats did they give you? Maybe you are the reason they got evicted. How would you feel about that? Trying to prove some shit to you, trying to look like they a part of something. Oh, I gotta get to this person because if I don't, then I'm not a supporter. Oh, I gotta get to this person because they always see my name in their chat. So if I all of a sudden was giving it and now I can't, it's gonna look weird. So I'm gonna start giving money I don't have to look away because I don't want to be called out or talked down on. Fuck out of here. That shit's corny. Nina says, so do I, Ashley. I don't play about my bills. When my property taxes hit the mail, I pay immediately because I don't want to forget. I'm telling you, I don't play, baby. I pay all my bills, honey. Not only that, I like being able to go get what I want when I want. And you can't do that if your credit ain't shit. Okay? Period. Raquel says, I'm with you on that. Years down the road, here come Uncle Sam ready to collect. Just when you get ready to get comfortable and have forgotten. I'm telling you, they're going to get theirs. Believe it. Hey, Real Talk. Good morning. Happy Friday. Keep preaching and teaching always. Raquel says, if it ain't one thing, it's another. Absolutely. For all of us. For all of us. Like shit. Yeah, some people not even sleeping because they trying to figure out how they going to make some ends meet. And motherfuckers want to come on here and argue about supporters and shit. Like, get out of here, yo. That shit is crazy. Miss Judy says these jobs act like they hiring, but if your credentials and employment history is more than they expect, they won't hire you because they know you will demand a decent, livable wage. Yes, Miss Judy, that's absolutely correct, and that's what I'm saying. But instead of people thinking with their brain, right, or doing research to find out these type of things, trying to understand basic economics, shit that's actually happening in the world outside of fucking arguing on YouTube and Facebook and TikTok and all that shit, they miss this type of information. It's the craziest shit ever. Free says my neighbor got laid off. She went to apply for assistance, but with all that's going on, she's unsure of her future. She's 58 and it broke my heart to see her work all her life and then boom. That's what I'm saying, Free. And then you'll have people being like, "Oh, well, just get a job. Just get a job." Baby, do you understand that it's a lot of people that's getting played right now? They've been a working citizen and doing all the things right. They can't help you. First of all, let's be real here, right? Jobs are not going to be upfront with you if they're going to lay you off. You either got to pay attention and realize it's coming down the pipe. Like I told y'all, they've been sending out emails and shit to certain levels of employees in our facility or whatever. That tells me it's a layoff is coming, baby. It's coming. It ain't coming right now, but when this government open back up and they see how, like, first of all, everybody feeling it, right? So when they open back up, I promise you it's gonna be layoffs. Not just with my job, a lot of jobs. You know why? Because they're gonna try to prepare in case another shutdown ever happens again, because I work federal, right? That they can survive, because all this shit is backing up. Whenever the government do open up, it's gonna be another shit show because you got a lot of people that you owe money. And then the crazy part, baby, they sending us fucking debt letters and shit. See, give this to your landlord, give this to your debtors or whatever, because it's people that can't pay their bills, y'all. And y'all on here talking about people ain't supporting you, baby. And not only that, again, even outside of that, even if it's not about money, right? The thing y'all missing is, like I said earlier, they may not even watch or want to hear it because every time they come in there, they have to feel guilty because of their way of being able to offer support. That's it, and that's all. So if you saying like, oh, it's a numbers thing, my numbers drop, blah blah blah, right? It could very well be that they don't want to. It's just like the motherfucker that you know gonna hit you up only for money, and you just start declining all they calls every time they call. You know what I'm saying? Don't mean you don't care about them, you don't love them, whatever, right? If it's a family member, whatever. It just means I don't want to hear it because you finna ask me for some shit I ain't got it, and I don't want to hear what's gonna come with it. You know what I'm saying? So then sometimes now your support gonna look different. Like, it's so many things that play into that. And at the end of the day, y'all, we gotta check ourselves, right? Because you could be the problem. I'm so sorry to inform you. You could be the problem. Because people don't want to hear it. They don't want to feel like, damn, I ain't shit because I can't do this. Um Teresa says, so thankful for your commentary. Always truth and facts. I'm shocked I caught your live. Oh, thank you so much, Teresa. I'm happy you were able to catch it too. Nina says that's why you got to live according to what your pocketbook can afford. On God, Nina, baby, you better wake up. I don't give a fuck who mad, baby. I'm sorry, that ain't in my budget. No, no, ma'am, baby. If you ain't one of these three I gave birth to, or this man I sleep with every night, I don't know what to tell ya. And hell, I tell them no sometimes. The fuck. Actually, at your facility, did a lot of people take the DRP? They haven't really disclosed. Like, it's been kind of confidential, or I guess a case by case, like, because they've been telling us to respond like independently and shit like that. So I don't know. Free says it comes across as insensitive as fuck. It is. And that's what I'm saying. Like, the crazy part, right, is people don't pay attention. And that's why I was laughing so hard at Brina when I was in her live. I think it was like a week ago. And she was just saying, like, she was saying, like, people ain't content creators for real, right? And she was speaking on some other stuff, but what I'm saying, I laughed because I was tickled, because I'm like, no, for real, like, people really are delusional, and you can tell because people who are seasoned content creators already know what's going on, right? So as a content creator, instead of trying to force people into giving more, right, or offering support in whatever way you want, what you're really noticing with people who have, like, you know larger platforms and things like that, they're basically up and up. They're like, they're basically putting out more content, right? And they're paying attention to what people care about, what's popping, what are people talking about. And I'm not talking about celebrity bullshit, because it depends on their channel, right? um I own a home, so I watch a lot of like home mortgage content, right? Like, it's kind of entertaining to see that people do stupid shit like buy a home at 7%, and they'll finance it for like $700,000, and then come on TikTok and complain because it's like the situation with Brianna. Like, Brianna went and financed that fucking BMW, and then went viral for coming on and saying that they scammed her because she had paid all these thousands of dollars in a year or two, and her balance was still high. So she's like, they scam me. Same type of stories with a lot of people who going out buying these expensive ass houses because they want to look like money, right? And then especially like with new builds, people are buying new builds and not understanding that sometimes, and it even happened to us because we had a new build. We had a house that was brand new. It was built brand new, and they quoted us property taxes for the land, not the house on the land. So then within 3 or 4 months, we got slammed with a much higher mortgage because then they factored in the property tax for our property after the fact. So then our escrow went under, right? So I watch content like that. Why? Because I'm a homeowner and I like finding out what's going on with the economy and things like that. Not only that, I am interested in investing in more real estate, but I'm not going to do that at a time like right now while the interest rates are shitty. You know what I'm saying? But again, people don't pay attention to shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They'll dox the fuck out of you and try to talk about your finances and all of that. Meanwhile, they're using you or entertaining you while disparaging somebody else, and either they shit ain't even all the way in line or your ass going through something similar. You laughing at a motherfucker that's going through a foreclosure or got money problems, and bitch, you trying to figure out how you gonna get them last $200 for your rent, but you giving a motherfucker $5 and $10 super chats. Now make that make sense. Like it's crazy out here. Like people be hypocritical as fuck. It's insane. Um, let me see. Oh, I can't. Y'all talking to each other. LOL says this is starting to affect local and state funding. I am sure local and state jobs will start seeing the fallout. This is what happens. Yes. And that's what I'm saying. But people want to be insensitive, like, oh, like you don't support me because you ain't like, child, that shit is crazy. Like everybody, like the crazy part is at times like this, and this is what America doesn't understand. We should be bonding together, right? I can tell you right now, as soon as the government shut down, we got hella emails of all the fucking pantries. We have pantries everywhere. Oh, if you want to, and they tell us if you want to donate, these are there's like a list. They even have a list in the fucking grocery store. These are the items needed for the pantry if you would like to donate. If you do got an extra few dollars to spare, you know what I'm saying? Think about people who have babies who, because the government shut down, like they fucking food stamps are impacted or their WIC or whatever. You don't know how deep this shit go. And some people really do need the assistance that they do get from the government. And for this to be shut down, imagine them being a supporter in your chat. They don't know how they're gonna feed their baby. You know what I'm saying? And you fucking talking about they ain't no real ass supporter or they ain't loyal. Baby, please. People be bugging for real. So anyway, you can feel the tension everywhere. Like people who once, seemed confident and stable are now anxious and frustrated and starting to scramble to stay afloat. And so for many, content creation and social media have gone from being a passion, or just something they do on the side, a side hustle, to a lifeline. Okay. This a lifeline for a lot of people. And they ain't gonna tell you that. Okay. And so some creators, are dependent on it, like I said, to pay bills, feed their kids, or just simply survive the uncertainty, right? Like some people are just, maybe they don't have like maybe they haven't lost their job or whatever, but maybe money getting a little tight, right? Maybe they don't have to pinch off that savings a little too many times or something of the sort. So they're relying on social media, jumping on certain stories. It's a whole bunch of people on the Romika case right now, right? That wasn't on it before. You know what I'm saying? Um, and so it is what it is. And so that's why we're seeing all this chaos in the online space. Again, not just YouTube, across all platforms. People are fighting, people are falling out, people are calling each other out, and the list goes on. And it's not always about quote unquote drama. A lot of it comes from fear of losing their income, fear of losing support, fear of losing some sort of relevance when it comes to being online, because everybody want to try to act like they so you know popular and the goat and shit, like we all these fucking animals and shit. Bitches, fucking Amazon on this bitch. It's a fucking African safari, bitch. We goats and lions and tigers and bears and shit like that. So you know what I'm saying? People got to keep that image out there, because unfortunately some people care more about their image instead of shit that matters in real life. Hey, Miss White, happy Friday, baby. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you're seeing some of the shenanigans that you're seeing. And so I just wanted to make it make sense for y'all today. Straight up, right? People are becoming territorial, possessive, or even combative over supporters, and they start treating followers and supporters like property, trying to guilt them into loyalty or shame them for showing love, to someone else. We've seen that a lot recently. Or people will go somewhere that they ain't been going, but then call out somebody else for doing it. Like, baby, just mind your business. Especially if you're doing the same shit. Like that, child, these people. Oh, child, it just be too much. It be too much, Lord. Um, like I said, some people simply, can't afford subscriptions, memberships, super chats all the time, any type of donations, or purchase your merchandise all the time, or particularly right now, right? And some are trying to stretch every dollar because of layoffs, SNAP benefits being cut off, or delayed paychecks. Some people not getting paid. You know what I'm saying? So, these are things to consider, right? And so when creators start turning on their audiences, their supporters, people who've shown love, we've just seen this unfold here in the last couple of days, and it's just been a shit show ever since, right? Mocking, dismissing, or attacking the very people who once showed them love, you're burning bridges at the worst possible time, y'all. And this is a time that a lot of people are never ever going to forget. I promise you, I ain't gonna forget this shit because I ain't never not been paid this fucking long. I'm gonna tell you right now. I love my man, baby, because he listen. Daddy doing the damn thing, bitch, because I ain't got a check in sight. Do you hear me? Okay. So, these are times that people are never going to forget, and you should really take that into consideration when you are talking and engaging and interacting with your supporters instead of being selfish and entitled and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you could lose a supporter that really rocked with you for a very long time. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, at the end of the day, we're all trying to survive the same storm, right? The difference is whether we choose to face it with compassion or with our ego. And it's just that simple, right? And so, everybody's fighting their own battles right now, but it doesn't give anyone, a pass to tear down people, who've been in their corner, especially since day one. So I think that's pretty much the gist of what I wanted to say. I didn't expect this to be 2 hours, but I had to get it out. Some of y'all just got to realize that you might have been in support of someone who was a representative. It's just like when y'all find y'all new boo and y'all talking to him for a while and everything seemed perfect and y'all up till 2 o'clock in the morning and shit, like, sending pictures and posting extra fucking stories and shit like that, trying to get attention and all that. And then you finally realize that nigga ain't shit. Yeah, it's kind of like that when it comes to influencers and supporters. I'm not supporters, influencers and content creators. You be thinking that you really supporting this type of person, and then you find out later that's not really who that is, right? So I just wanted to say that I hope you guys got something from this live. It was not just for content creators, it's also from supporters. Y'all seen, shout out to Upper, she was in here earlier. She understood the assignment. She empathizes, or seems like she followed the message as far as, she gets it, when it comes to, everybody can't support in the same way at the same time. People go through different things. There might be some of y'all in here who not affected at all, like money good, you know what I'm saying, your bag bagging and all that. But then there's a lot of people who are not. And not just Upper, there's a lot of content creators. Shout out to Dawn. I share her live. I think she did an amazing live yesterday. And she hit some of the points I hit as it pertains to content creators and things like that. And there's a number. I support so many. I don't want to start calling names and shit, because then people be like, she ain't call my name. She trying to be shady. Da, 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 da. Not that at all. I support a lot of you, and I think you guys know who you are or whatever. And I'm sure several of them empathize as well. But I just want to encourage you guys as supporters, do not let people make you feel like you're not a supporter or you're not loyal to them, especially when you know that without a shadow of a doubt that you have been supportive in ways, that may have even been sacrificial to you or your personal life or your finances at some point. Just because right now may not be your time to shine, may not be the time that you was able to dig in your wallet or whatever, does not mean that they have not always, or that you have not always been supportive. And be very much aware, right? People love to gaslight, especially on this fucking app. People will, hey Mika, welcome in, baby. People love to make you feel like your reality is not your fucking reality. And that is why y'all seeing my posts. And I don't want to get too much into that, y'all, because I just refuse. I refuse, baby. I'm not going down the slippery slope. But what I will say is, to my post yesterday when I was shouting out Neo, right? Is again going back to what I said earlier, being true to you, right? Because people, and that's not the only situation. Y'all witness another situation, which I ain't gonna bring up because I'm sick of that ball neck motherfucker. Always gotta fucking throw a shot, bitch. I can't wait till that nigga stomp her out. I just had to throw that in there. But what I will say is, that's two situations y'all witness here on the app where a motherfucker tried to play on my reputation or me speaking the truth, and boom, the shit came out, because the truth always come out, baby. So don't allow, of course, that's a whole different situation, but that's a perfect example of gaslighting. People will gaslight you into thinking, or try to make you think your reality is not your reality. So you as a supporter, hey child of God, welcome in, baby. You as a supporter know who you supported from day one or not. Don't let nobody, including that creator, you know what I'm saying, that may be talking shit, or trying to make you feel like you ain't the supporter you think you was. If you know you supported that motherfucker, fuck what they talking about. Period. Don't let nobody on this bitch gaslight you into thinking that you ain't been a supporter when you know that you've been a supporter. And that's point blank and period. Okay? You know what you've done. You know what your intentions were, and you know that you were genuine. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise, regardless to what your current economic or financial situation is. Because at the end of the day, it goes so much deeper than that. Money fades, okay? And you can't tell me it's people that have been solid that ain't been able to support. You know what I'm saying? Hell, think about your kids. That's a perfect example. They can't fucking finance you or take care of you. They your kids. You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean that they don't love and support, or they ain't rocking till the wheels fall off. Right? So you guys need to pay attention to that. Sometimes you could be supporting who you think you support, and then you find out otherwise. It could be the representative, just like I said in relationships. Right? So with that being said, like I said, I hope y'all found something great or useful in the live or whatever. I try not to troll too much. I had all intentions on leaving this live public, but I might have to put this motherfucker in. And members, I don't know. We'll see how I feel, because baby, I ain't gonna hold you. I really don't give a fuck, to be real. But at the same time, I ain't trying to cause no waves or whatever. But I do say what the fuck I said, and I said what I meant. Free says, hold up, I just peeped something. This motherfucker is making posts like she's responding to your posts, like y'all beefing. Nah, you started this bookie, but Neo made the live, now Ashley motherfucking Chats. Child, and she gonna talk to herself. I promise you. It's gonna be between her and Jesus. Cause I don't give a single fuck. Yeah, baby. And that's something else. Y'all are witnessing a lot of manic behavior on here across the board. Please be aware. Motherfuckers that's posting, and going live and going live and going live. Baby, that is manic behavior. And there are medication for that, right? A few motherfuckers need to sit on a few couches. I'm gonna just put that out there. So please take all of these factors into consideration when you're watching or you're being entertained on this app, because motherfuckers is losing their motherfucking marbles. Do you hear me? Okay. So hey Ashley, I love channel. Thank you so much, child of God. I appreciate you, baby. Let me make sure I spoke to everybody else that came in. Joanne says, awesome live, Ashley. Thank you so much, Joanne. I appreciate that, baby. April says, you can't help but be petty, Ashley. That's just you. April said, own it, girl. I'm owning it. Oh my God, girl. Like, let me go sit my ass on the couch, girl. April said, own it, girl. You can't help but be petty. I ain't help. Listen, I know that. And that's why I don't get my ass on here like that. Because I promise you, baby, I will make you want to fight me, bitch. That's why I just prefer people to leave me the fuck alone. And that's what's wrong with motherfuckers. Like, they imagine triggering yourself on a bitch channel that's not yours. Why the fuck are you here? The shit's crazy. People want to be more important than they are, and they're not. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. So yeah, I'ma own that one, April. Thank you. I'ma own that one. Cause at the end of the day, people want to control what you say and do on your platform. Imagine me saying, shout out to Neo for speaking the truth as it relates to me. That ain't me being messy. Neo said my motherfucking name. Can we be clear? Neo said Ashley Chat, baby. Ashley C, bitch, that's me. If you putting my name in some shit, I have a right to weigh in on the shit. My thoughts were, thank you for telling the truth. Any motherfucker that's mad about that, bitch, you need to take that up with the big man upstairs. I don't give a fuck, for real. Like, the shit is crazy. People are psychotic and too fucking old for the behavior that they come on here and display every day. And it's just like Dawn was saying in her live, people got to take accountability for their own shit. Sometimes we got to work on self. Sometimes I am so sorry, you are the fucking problem. And I know that's a hard pill to swallow, but it's easier if people could come on here and do what the app actually calls for, which is to do motherfucking content and not come on here trying to disparage people and be condescending. Imagine crying on this bitch because somebody show what the fuck you really are and you're mad. So your response is to still participate in the same fucking behavior. Imagine that. Bitch, there has got to be a diagnosis. That's all I can say for that. Imagine trying to convince the masses that you're not a piece of shit, all while being a piece of shit. Imagine that. Imagine saying, I got 15 videos of this bitch, but calling other motherfuckers on here obsessed. Imagine that. Like, the baby, the delusion be delusioning. Okay? The shit is crazy to me. Hey, Enlighten, baby, welcome in. Raquel says they being called out and can't face the reality. That's it, Raquel. And that ain't got shit to do with me. I didn't call nobody out. I didn't disrespect nobody. I thanked Neo because she told the truth. The same shit I did when me and Amber and Retta and all of us squashed our beef back in February when they said, you know what? We could take accountability. We all said our, you know what I'm saying? I could have done better. We did all that. And we left that shit where it was. And they said to me, you know what? We should have believed you. You was right. You ain't see nobody come at their neck for that because that's how they felt. But again, like I said, it be the gaslighting. People will try to convince you that you did some shit wrong. Ain't shit wrong with you being a grateful ass bitch for somebody to come on here. Neo ain't got shit for me, and I ain't got shit for Neo. But I can respect the fact, just like when me, Amber, Upper, all of us was beefing. When we was beefing and there was issues with that page and people was trying to say it was me and all that, Upper, I still remember it to this day. Upper got on the panel and said, I know Ashley Chats ain't popular right now, but she not behind that page. And guess what I did? Same thing I just did to Neo yesterday. I went on my page. I don't remember if it was a post or a video. I think I went live. And I said, you know what? I know Upper don't rock with me, but shout out to her for telling the truth and speaking for what's right. Because guess what? That's what a real bitch can do. Point blank and period. It ain't got shit to do with nothing else. I don't rock with Neo, but I can respect the fact that she said, I watched this happen to this girl. And because this happened, I know all this shit about her life. That's what the fuck happened. Period. All that other shit is a bunch of fucking noise, and I ain't trying to hear it. Okay? So anybody that's got a problem can suck the crack on my ass. Either side, doesn't matter. I got two cheeks. You can pick one. And all the other shit, I ain't trying to hear it. Okay? This is Ashley motherfucking Chats in this bitch. Check out my new banner. I'm finna get the fuck off here because now I'm getting irritated. But I said what I said. I hope y'all was able to get something out of this message because I felt like it was something that needed to be heard, both from a content creator perspective and also a supporter perspective. Take what you want from it. Take whatever. I don't give a fuck. It was just what it was. It was a message. Take it or leave it. Period. Okay. I came from a genuine place and I felt like it needed to be heard. Free says that's exactly what I said. I got combos from March, April, May, etc. I promise y'all this shit was written. Now it's like it's being televised. That's what I'm saying. The fuck? And anybody else on this bitch that give me my props and can finally tell the motherfucking truth, gonna get a fucking shout out. Period. I don't give a fuck who it is. If you gonna tell the truth about some shit that you knew all the while anyway, what's the I'm gonna say thank you. Thank you for telling the truth. And anybody who got a problem with that, bitch, that is not my problem. Okay? Hey, Enlighten, if I didn't speak to you earlier. Anyway, I'm gonna get up off here, y'all, because like I said, this was a good live and it was productive conversation, and I don't want to turn it into that and make it toxic at all. But I said what I said, and that's that. My baby also wrote me a letter today because I had to meet with her teacher this morning, early this morning, and the teacher gave me a good report, and so she's getting Robux for her report, and so she wrote me a letter, and it says Ashley Chats is the best, and I'm going to post that for y'all because fuck what these motherfuckers talking about. Bitch, Ashley Chats is the best. Okay, Ashley motherfucking Chats, and I should have put that in the middle of it, but I'm not gonna mess up her picture because she's 7 and she's so innocent and all of that. But anyway, just know I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for the support. So many of you guys gave me a super chat. Hit the like button, engaged, and all of that. Y'all showed up in some way or another. So I appreciate each and every one of you, whatever way you supported me. Please know and understand it is genuinely appreciated. And I also free my baby getting her Robux, okay? And also supporters, content creators, whoever you are, if you are being affected by this economy negatively or whatever, my thoughts and prayers are with you genuinely. Please just try to be positive. Limit the amount of toxic and negativity that you are taking in because it does not help your situation at all. I promise you, it only adds to your anxiety and your frustration. And I've told y'all several times before, and it still stands for me. Do not go and watch and trigger yourself with no bullshit, especially when you're going through real life problems, because it just makes everything worse. When you're going through things, you want to be in a good space mentally, and all of that, right? So keep those things in mind when you're interacting. And unfortunately, sometimes that comes with disconnecting from people that you care about or that you rock with or that you support. And that doesn't mean it has to be permanent. It just means that right now I'm not in a mental space to support this type of content or this type of energy to protect my own peace and my own energy. And you should be okay with that. Okay. So fuck what you heard. I don't care nothing about none of that other shit. I genuinely don't. People gonna do what they gotta do to make a few dollars because baby, the dollars ain't dollaring like they were before. And so, desperate times come for desperate measures. Okay. Hey, Queen Unique, baby. Happy Friday. I'm gonna catch the replay, but sending love. I appreciate that so much. Great live. Thank you so much, Nina. All right. April says them Robux are like gold. Baby, her eyes got so big because she down to like $3 on her Robux. So baby, she was happy about that. And she was like, what he say? What he say? And I told her, and she was like, oh, her eyes lit up. And I was like, oh, okay, girl, I think you're gonna get some Robux. I'm gonna have to talk to daddy so he can give you some Robux. So she's very excited about that. But anyway, I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. Have a great and prosperous weekend. Hopefully it's peaceful. I try to get this live in early, child, because for some reason after a certain time in the day, all hell always break loose. So I wanted to go ahead and sprinkle this, this little knowledge into your spirit before hell possibly break loose. Justice for Omika. Power to the people. Fuck what you heard. This is Ashley motherfucking Chats. Check my new banner, bitch, because what they said, it was her, it was her, it was her, bitch. I'm her. Okay. I love y'all. Talk to y'all later. I'll see y'all on the next live.